Boys, Opie and Anthony are about to make their return to the airwaves.
Opie and Anthony were pulled from the airwaves 2 years ago after a sex stunt at St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Opie and Anthony are back, so why won't the FCC be able to touch them this time?
The duo has signed with XM Satellite Radio.
Their contract with Infinity expired back in May, but the no-compete portion is up until October.
No arrests have been made. Police are still investigating.
The blonde one, two so-called radio shock jocks.
Our society needs borders, needs parameters.
You dick!
They get their jollies by saying, let's keep pushing the envelope.
They were doing what they were paid to do. Shop.
Even when there are bucks to be made, there's a price to be paid in terms of the cultural degradations that we do not want to be associated with anymore.
Are you adequately prepared to rock?
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years. Nothing works here. I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work.
You know.
Yes. Good morning. Why does my microphone smell like Lysol or something? Or soap?
That's kind of nice.
Do they spray down the microphones every
Did
morning?
they wash these?
What is it?
Mine actually looks clean. Oh, I like this morning.
It smells clean.
It's so refreshing.
I feel like I just stepped out of a shower.
Yes. Marvy Parvy.
You're checking out Opie and Anthony on XM Satellite Radio.
Hi, everyone.
Radio.
We're on satellite radio.
It's an O&A virus, and it's spreading across America, slowly but surely.
There's no vaccine for it. Once the virus, it's a pandemic. Much worse than that bird flu they're talking about.
How about that bird flu?
Oh, I'm still pretty scared.
I guess we got a couple more weeks, and then we can rest finally.
Well, no, because it's like the killer bee thing that we talked about a while back. They're saying that it could reach the Americas in a few months because, of course, it's just the rage over there in Asia, and then a few European nations.
Is it really the rage when
England got the
when one slanty-eyed gets it?
Because he's been working in the bird industry over there, which is what they do. I don't know.
When does the news tell us that they were just scaring the crap out of us to make us watch their stupid news program?
You wait. You wait till it gets here.
Look, we should get all the clips from the beginning of the winter.
Right, when they were really geared up to scare everybody about the bird flu. Enough of the stupid bird flu.
There's no bird flu.
No, the O&A virus, though, very contagious. We've noticed that a lot of people have been getting it. I read. I read occasionally.
I do some of that reading.
And it's like words.
And now the Pal Talk is taking over the world, so, we're doing good. Will we be doing better?
Will they?
They're speculating.
O&A?
I have a nice little article in the Daily News today.
O&A on satellite radio.
Hi, Jimmy.
I hope.
Jimmy's there be other things.
Why are you annoyed, Jimmy? I could tell when you're annoyed.
I've been begging for months. Today's Shabbos induction in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm really happy for them, but
yeah.
I'm annoyed for myself. Because you ask people for shit, and people, you know what it is? It doesn't affect them personally, so they don't give a fuck. People in this business do for you when they benefit from it, and that is the reality of it. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality of it.
Yeah. I think that was first discovered and spoken about by Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Back in, things never change.
I mean, we got a phoner from Bill today, which is great, which all we got through Kevin at Sanctuary, which is, and you know, we're very happy about that. And the band's not doing a lot of press, so that's fine. But I can't get into that fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Metallica is presenting the award, presenting whatever they're doing to Sabbath. Blondie's being inducted. I have the same agent, personal appearance-wise, as Metallica and Blondie. I'm with the same agency they are, and I can't get in.
Well,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Are you kidding?
Personal vendetta? The hell is going on?
Get
Jimmy in.
I've been asking for months, dude, for fucking months. Ugh.
And when is it?
Today. This afternoon.
Oh, shit.
It's not going to happen.
Well, I guess that ain't happening.
No, it's not going to happen. I knew it wouldn't happen. I mean, I knew since December it wouldn't happen when I found out, or early January when I found out. I think it was January I found out.
Oh, boy.
Everybody yeses you to death. Yeah, no, we'll check. Yeah, will you?
Nothing.
Ugh, fucking hate it. My managers, I mean, look, it's not their job to do this shit. They got their own lives to live. I don't expect them to be obsessed with it like I am. VH1 is filming it. Some cameraman from VH1 is going to be standing right there, and I can't get in. I don't know. Maybe my managers have some kind of connection to Viacom? I don't know. Maybe. But why would you call and ask for a favor like that? Why would you? Because it doesn't, you know.
Yeah, but there are times, like, if you have managers and stuff, they got to realize how important something is to you.
Yeah.
When you ask for 10 things, maybe they would go, yeah, I'll try to do that for you. Oh, I tried, but no luck. But that one thing, you know, that person really, really wants, you gotta get it done.
Do a little favor triage. It's like, this one's important. Got to go right now.
It's like, how many times do you have to fucking ask? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
I thought it was XM that screwed up.
No, they just didn't. What were they going to do? I mean, were they going to do anything for me with this? Of course not. I mean, I wouldn't even ask.
How do people get into that? Like, how do people get in? Is it all just favors and friends?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I'm sure there's some guest lists from bands and stuff like that, record label people. But I know that the agency, the appearance agency of either Blondie or Metallica would have the ability to get one person in. I mean, again, I'm not overstepping by assuming that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, I'm not saying my Pete, I think, is trying, but it might be over his head and he can't do it. So this is very frustrating. You know, how many times do you have to fucking ask? I mean...
Yeah.
And this is a big day for little Jimmy Norton.
Oh, well, for them it's a big day. I'm just happy for them.
No, it's a big day for little Jimmy Norton.
Yes.
He's been looking forward to this day for a very long time.
Well, one of the big issues have always been the fact that they were not in the Rock and Roll Hall.
I refuse to
Fame.
go to it. I've been screaming about it for years on the air since we've been back. And again,
Yeah.
you know, that's not about Sabbath doing anything about it, but...
And I believe that's one of the reasons they are being inducted is because of your outspokenness. And now you're being snubbed and not being allowed in.
Were we surprised this would happen? I mean, is anybody shocked?
No.
I'm not.
No.
I'd be shocked if you were there right now.
Of course.
I'd be stunned if it had worked out and you were there.
Everybody just yeses. We'll check.
No problem.
We'll check that. Yeah, will you?
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Yeah, I'm on it.
I'm on it. Don't worry about it.
How could XM Satellite Radio, a major corporation, I guess, not get a press pass?
What, no one from XM's going?
I'm sure someone's going.
Oh, boy, if someone goes.
I'm sure someone is.
I hear Bob Edwards is going to be doing some political commentary from...
That's just to keep the crowd from standing up or doing anything that would resemble awakeness during the musical performances.
Lull them to sleep.
Well, it's Black Sabbath and, wow, Blondie. That's good
Blondie
company.
and Leonard Skinner, and there's one other...
Skinner, man. Oh, Skinner's going in? See, now
Yeah,
I want to go.
That's what we get.
Man.
Danny, you're crazy, man.
The useless press passes.
Danny's enjoying this, so he decided to hand Jimmy Norton a press pass.
Did he?
A fake press pass.
Oh, wait, Bear versus Guy? Is this good footage?
Nah, this is like...
Is that... Oh, that's just the weekend at Steve's house. Sorry. I thought...
It looked like a bear attack, but it
was nothing.
It's man versus bear. Wrestling. So
Great. That's what the Bear wants to do.
So what are we going to do for little Jimmy Norton?
Dude, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I've been screaming about or asking
but
about this for
I
a
want to
month.
do something.
And that press pass that Stupid just handed me is more than anybody else has done.
Has done, right.
And I don't know what I expect people to do. I don't know. I don't expect people to make mountains move. But we're in New York. It's at the Waldorf. It's not that far away. I don't know. Somebody could have done something.
Jimmy?
Yes, sweetie.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
Hey, wait a minute. I know that.
Ain't no mountain high
This
enough.
is at the Waldorf in New York?
Yeah.
I thought you had to go to Cleveland.
No, because
This is happening in New York,
Dude.
bro. They're all in New York now.
You're a silly man.
I have no idea.
No one wants to fly to Cleveland at this time of year, so they do it in New York.
Don't scare me.
Everybody's in New York right
Everyone's in New York.
It's in New York.
now. Everybody is in New York.
It's like 2 miles from here, and Jimmy can't go.
If Jimmy Norton does not make it in there,
You know who Earl may be able to get me a
I'll
pass
be-
for the press box, but that's not even in the ballroom. And I'm not shitting on Earl. If he can do that, that's great. But I mean, to have to go to Earl,
yeah.
for a press box thing where it's just gonna be crowded with fucking reporters. What, do I stay next to David Hinckley so they can talk during the ceremony and not fucking enjoy it because Metallica's playing Sabbath songs?
Yeah.
That's who you want to stand next to. And they'll all be jizzbags sitting in the ballroom. None of them are gonna enjoy it. Bunch of fucking too cool for the room motherfuckers. None of them are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sit there with their legs crossed, maybe they'll tap their toes.
Oh boy.
Jimmy's a psycho fan.
I didn't know it was that close.
Jimmy,
See,
dude,
silly me.
At the Waldorf.
They're not
You're
allowing,
right here.
They're not allowing stalkers into the ceremony, Jimmy.
Nah, but I handle myself well.
It's press people, and it's like
Bores.
the who's who of the rock and roll world.
Bores, right.
Exactly, bores.
Bores and people that just don't really care about it. They just want to be seen there.
Or they have to be there for work.
Or have to be there,
Somebody
right.
from Rolling Stone will show up and give some day, and he'll read off a paper. And they've been known for such hit, really, have they? You fucking dumb motherfucker. Where were you 5 years ago, 10 years ago inducted them? Where were you?
Well, the rock and roll induction ceremonies happens today. You want to hear the names of the bands?
Yeah.
Black Sabbath, Blondie, Miles Davis. They're finally going to put Miles
Miles
Davis in
Davis.
there. He should have been in there years ago.
He was the oddest colored black man ever. He looked like a black man that had been bronzed. and like they bronzed him like his trumpet.
Really was a talking baby shoe.
Does anyone take this whole thing seriously? I know you want to go because you're a
Just
Sabbath
I love
fan.
Sabbath, man. But yeah, not really. I mean, it's nice to have recognition.
I mean, the rock and roll induction ceremony, every band's going to make it eventually.
Eventually, every band will be in
band.
there.
Every band that was on the radio will make it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to induct AHA
Right.
into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Din, 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 din.
And just a little known fact, AHA flew into the ceremonies in their flying cars. Because that's how long it's going to take.
Unbelievable. Oh, wait, this just in. How come I can't get an autographed picture from Opie and Anthony? Ron and Fez FedExed me autographed pictures and a T-shirt and a mouse pad and didn't even want one from them, wanted it from Opie and Anthony. I sent Steve all my info. Do I need to do it again? Really? Sorry to keep bothering you, but it really means a lot to me. And that's from Rubik's Cube 3006. He just IM'd me on Pal Talk with that. How about that? Wow. Rubik's Cube 3006. Hey, admins, I don't even want him banned. Find out where he lives and kill him.
No.
Could you go to his house and kill him? Murder him at his house.
Calm down.
Holy shit.
Calm down, Uncle June. You fucking psycho. Anthony's quickly turning into Uncle June.
I can't. Stop it. He's IMing. Who is it? He's IMing me about the Bohack job.
Whatever the fuck that Italian was. Who cares? We'll get into that in a few minutes. And I'm doing Arabic. What was it? Something about...
Oh, yeah.
Maliki
I
Maki
didn't study
Laki
my
Lou.
Italian enough.
Anyway, the other bands, Miles Davis, Leonard Skinner, Sex Pistols, and they're going to be crazy and not even show, right? That's what they're saying.
Who?
They don't want
Sex Pistols?
Yeah, they don't want anything to do with it, so they're not showing up.
Man.
Man.
We're not doing that, man.
We
The
don't
Sex
agree
Pistols.
with your ceremonies, man.
How silly do they look now, though? They got to be old guys, right?
I don't know.
You can't be the Sex Pistols and get up on stage and,
And
Black
finally-
Sabbath, you can be, an older guy, been around for a while, still playing and stuff. But the Sex Pistols, you think of as the young ruffians, and then they get up there and,
And finally, the Rock and Roll Museum needs Herb Albert and Jerry Moss.
Herb Albert, what about the Tijuana Brass? Are they with him?
No, just Jerry Moss. Who's Jerry Moss?
No, Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Well,
That's who Herb Albert was with.
But it's Herb Albert and Jerry Moss. Do we
I don't
have
know
a
who Jerry Moss is.
Herb Albert and Jerry Moss song?
It's the non-performers.
Huh?
It's the non-performer category, the lifetime achievement.
Non-performer.
Non-performer.
Oh, so not for his performance, but for his other things.
Were they producers?
That he has done.
Oh, all right.
Herb Albert did a song you would recognize, one of those instrumentals on a trumpet.
Wasn't that Chuck Mangione?
They all have them. Every generation has them, don't they? Kenny G.
Give me a Herb Albert song.
You got any
What is
Herb
that?
Albert there, Derek? Herb Albert and the...
Yeah.
Which one is this? Oh, see? Ladies and gentlemen, wait, he's game show music guy.
Wait, what game show is this again? The dating game or
Dating
Newlyweds?
game. Wow, this is Herb Albert. Isn't this catchy?
Yeah.
I would drive to this. Da-da. What exit are you going to get off of today? It could be exit 36.
I hope he
We don't
performs
know.
this. And I hope they hand out rotted fruit and softballs. Pelt his aging skull with.
Hey, is it true that Black Sabbath's old drummer can't even get in today? That's
What?
Someone just hung up as I was going to them.
Their old drummer.
That's what he. I don't
They're
know
all-
this
they
shit.
have, no. They've had one drummer. It's Bill Ward, and he's calling in today.
All right, but they're saying that Black Sabbath's old drummer can't even get in today.
Unless it was a guy, I think it was Vinny. How do you say his name? Appice, Vinny Appice, Carmine and Vinny Appice. I think it was Vinny played for Sabbath at one point. Maybe one of those guys.
I would say it was Vinny Appice.
Probably couldn't get
Yeah.
in. I bet he can't get in.
Vinny Appice?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I could care less. I don't. Let's go to Starch from Whackbag. Starch!
Hey, I bet you XM sent Christine to do some of her fine interviews over there at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're going to
Broad-minded.
Oh, hey, maybe
Guaranteed
broad-minded.
XM has somebody going, or they could have done something, but why would they?
Are we going to get?
They could have done anything.
Are we going to get a nice report from the ceremonies? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Jimmy could have been there. I'm absolutely leaking clear stuff here.
Yeah, I would. I am an ass, but I would have.
All right.
I would have handled it well.
Well,
Yes.
we'll try to figure something out. I don't know. Can we get Lee Abrams on the phone? See,
I think Lee tried, man.
He did try?
I think he did. He was trying to get the band in, I think, and it was just. I don't think they're doing anything as a group. I know, Tony hates waking up early, and I don't blame him. So a lot of them aren't doing morning
well,
stuff.
let's get Lee Abrams on the phone and see if there's anything he can do last
Yeah.
minute. Let's see if we can get that done. Chris in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, Herb Albert and Jerry Moss own A&M Records. That's why they're going.
A is Albert, and M would be Moss. A&M Records. How about that? I remember seeing that A&M spinning a few times on the turntable when I was a kid.
They were also responsible for everything after. Shit, I can't think of the time. Go PM to AM. So stupid.
Everything after
11:59 p.m.
Right, there you go. You were going to say noon.
Yes, I was.
That would have been really silly.
That's why I didn't. But I'd rather stop and almost bomb than completely drive right into the flaming wreckage.
There you go. Jimmy's he's happy now, a little happier.
No,
a little happier.
I slept for an hour and a half last night. I was so depressed and irritated.
I could just see you lying on your back, just looking at the ceiling, annoyed.
Just aggravated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you fucking.
Could you jerk off, or were you?
I tried to,
mad?
but I couldn't even dump. I was so irritated.
You can't depend on anyone.
Dude, you really can't.
Because then you're always let down in the end. Always.
Mm-hmm. I don't. I flew home a day early just so I would not miss. We're supposed to meet, believe it or not, Tony Iommi after for this because he wants to do a show at XM, and so does Bill Ward. And I would love to do like at least a one-time thing with him. So I'm very thrilled about that. That's thanks to Sanctuary Records, and Steve C hooked that up. Because Steve C is, fucking reliable. He does what he said he's going to do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because he's too paranoid.
No, I'm not saying he's not an ass as a human
Steve
being.
gets things done for us because he's paranoid that he's not doing a good job for us. Guy works 22 and a half hours a day.
So he's good.
And he thinks he's going to get fired any day.
And he probably will and should be. I'm not saying he's not an incompetent who deserves nothing. But Steve C., when he says he's going to try something for you, at least tries it. Steve is honest about that. He doesn't yes you to death. He does what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, he's a stand-up guy. That's
Steve
for
is
sure.
righteous. Isn't he righteous?
He is.
All right.
Righteous man.
It's a good word for Steve.
We should move on to other things. So I assume...
What is right? Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I thought righteous meant complete ass. See,
No.
I learned something new. You'll never get a compliment out of me.
We should move on to
Love
other
you,
things
Steve.
here. I guess all of America saw The Sopranos last night, right?
Of course. Probably. Are the ratings in? How did it do?
I did a 7.2.
You're just pulling numbers out of your ass, aren't you? Yes, you are. It probably did very well after a 2-year absence, was it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how do they get away with that shit?
I don't know.
Is it 2 years?
At least 2 years.
How could any form of entertainment be off for 2 years, expect to come back to any kind of audience? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, but they do it time and time again.
Yeah, I know.
And you can't get into the characters after being away from it for so long.
That recap they had at the beginning was a poor attempt to jog our memories.
I didn't remember half the crap.
I'm looking, going, who the what the? I'm rewinding the recap because I can't. I'm like, who is that guy? Where did this guy come from?
I don't even remember Tony and Carmella, whatever her freaking name is, getting back together.
No, that was like a little thing.
Beginning of season 5, right?
Oh, who the fuck
Who
even
knows?
knows what season it is?
I thought she was going to kill him or something, last I knew.
Yeah, and things were really bad. And then they start up this season. Things are really good. They're earning, I guess a year had gone by. That's in Sopranos time. And things are good. The business is good. They're earning. They're out of trouble.
Know what I realized last night? I just don't like The Sopranos.
Is that it?
I try to follow the hype, and I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered with this horse shit.
I'm still there. They still have me.
I know that's sacrilege and all, but I can't be bothered. It's the slowest moving fucking show.
It is.
It is so slow.
They set up for the big end payoff, and then the next episode is a setup for the end payoff. It's become that. And they still got me hooked. I'll watch the entire.
And you know what? I was
series.
watching The Sopranos last night, and I was sort of getting into it because of the hype, and it's the season premiere, and like, all right, this is all right, it's kind of exciting. The Sopranos hasn't been on in a while, and then he's in the fucking doctor's office.
Thank God that didn't last very long.
But I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. Now I remembered why I hate this show.
I did the same thing you did when that scene came on. I think you heard a collective.
Oh, my God.
Oh, enough with the Melfi shit.
The Melfi shit is not working anymore.
Write it out.
Write it out of the fucking show,
it's
please.
It's distracting. It's irrelevant. It's one of those things that, there have been plenty of series that started out with something, and then later on, that character or event or situation went away. I wish I could think of one now.
Happy Days, Chuck.
Chuck from Happy Days. Thank you, Jimmy Norton. Chuck from Happy Days was treated just like Jimmy at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Bye-bye.
Forgotten and tossed to the wayside.
And then everything continued as if he didn't exist.
Right. Exactly. That's the type of situation this Dr. Melfi thing is. Just get rid of it. It doesn't work. It worked for the first couple of seasons to show that Tony's mentally a little fucked up.
Now
we
know.
get it.
We know.
All right. We don't have to revisit it where she recaps what they talked about in, when he had problems in season 3, I think it was, or 2, or I don't even know. Who cares about Dr. Melfi?
And she's not good. Lorraine Bracco is not.
Stinks.
She's
awful in that role.
Why do you think? I don't know.
Why?
Half-deaf voice.
Doesn't your mother, don't you understand she didn't love you? Ugh, stop it.
Didn't you try to smother your own mother?
All right, we remember. Shut up.
She's terrible. And
her legs crossed trying to look sexy. And she's a real cougar, let me tell you.
And trying to do the whole, the detached therapist voice. Lorraine Bracco stinks. I'm sorry. In Goodfellas, she was fine because you could be awful in that role, and for some reason it worked. Today we're going to find it, Henry! I bet the script said calmly. I'll bet you in the script it said calmly.
Yeah. Horrid delivery.
Can I tell you guys what happened last
night? And then he pushed me out of the car. He touched me. I asked him not to. He did it.
He should have beat her with the pistol.
He certainly should have. And the script.
Can I tell you what happened to me last night?
Yeah.
So I'm watching The Sopranos, right? And to me, I was just like, whatever. This is boring, And I had to pause the HBO because whatever. I had to go
take
do
a leak
something.
at something,
whatever.
which is great. I love the DVR feature. Pause, not at your mercy anymore.
Right. So it's key to this story. So I paused it at some point to get up and do something. And I put the remote under my mattress pillow.
Yeah.
I got a mattress pillow, so, the remote ends up in bed, and in the middle of the night it falls on the floor and scares the shit
Always
out
falls
of
on the
everybody.
floor.
So
what's a mattress pillow? What is that?
Just a huge mattress
Oh,
pillow.
oh.
Makes it nice and makes your sleep wonderful.
You don't have a pillow top mattress?
Well, that's what I mean.
In?
Whatever. Oh, no.
It's an add-on.
Oh, yeah, I do have that too, but now I have something else on top of that.
Why don't you just buy a womb and crawl into that?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Trust me. I want to just start all over. But and so I put the remote under the mattress pillow so it doesn't fall on the floor in the middle of the night when you fall asleep with the TV on or whatever, right? So I swear to you, this is what happened to me last night. Tony goes over to Uncle Junior's house there to do the cooking and see if he's okay, right?
Toward the end of the show, right?
Toward the end of the show. And all I saw was Tony cooking.
Yeah.
Right? And I get up to adjust myself, and I guess I pushed down the mattress pillow.
Oh, no.
I changed the channel.
Oh, no. It goes back to live.
Which is a no-no with the old DVR system.
You lose your delay that you built up when you
Exactly.
paused it.
I swear to you, this is what happened. So I adjust myself just as he's making the sauce or whatever he's doing, cooking on the stove. The channel changes. I go, no! And I turn back, and all I see is Tony on the floor. I swear to you, this is what happened to me last night.
You missed everything.
With red on his hand, and he's reaching for the phone. Obviously, something happened, right? Dude,
something. The payoff to the whole episode.
I understand. Well, you explained it to me in the office. But at this point, I'm like, well, is that spaghetti sauce on his hand? Did he have some kind of, like, one of those episodes that he's had in past episodes? And,
you have no clue.
And fell down, and now he's reaching for the phone. I had no idea that he was shot. No idea.
Oh, my God.
Until this morning when I ran into the office and said, okay, what happened? What happened? And explained to you guys what happened.
Oh, no. That is probably the worst place you could have gone.
The worst luck, right?
From delay to live.
I just got up and adjusted myself, and it pushed down the mattress pillow and changed the channel.
You got to record him.
And changed it back, and there he is just laying on the floor. I'm like, oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. Something huge just happened, and I have no idea.
One thing you got to say about The Sopranos, like, remember we were on an NEW, I'd never seen any of them, and then in our time off, Nick DiPaolo kept yelling at me, see him. So I've seen the whole thing now. I forgot it was on last night. And I like the fact that they will kill off characters that you like. Like, I do respect that. Like, they killed off some, and you're like, fuck, why did they do that? But they will kill off some really interesting, good characters long before they have to.
I tell you, that was a little creepy. I forgot how great of an episode that was when they killed off, what's her name?
Adriana.
Yeah, Adriana in the woods, because they showed a little of that on the recap, and she's just, not knowing it's coming. Silvio just kind of puts a couple in there.
We got the audio of the scene.
Right.
The scene from the
Crazy
Sopranos
Uncle
last
Junior.
Comes a rainstorm, put your rubbers on your feet.
You got any wine?
Gazzada malanga.
Take that. I want to go on a Superman ride, Tony. Tony, I want to go on a Superman ride. Tony, what's with all the Moulignans here cutting a line? Uncle Junior has turned into the guy from the Great Adventure commercial.
Who shot Tony? Uncle Junior?
Uncle Junior. Crazy Uncle Junior runs downstairs because he's senile. And he thought Tony was some guy he didn't know.
Oh,
and he got Sada Maranga. Boom, shoots him in the guts. And runs upstairs and hides in the closet. And then ran out of the house, danced around, and jumped on a bus. And went to an amusement park. He looks just like the guy.
Does the rest
What
of the country
happened, Uncle
understand
Junior?
this? Or is this
there's Six Flags everywhere. It was a big campaign for Six Flags.
All right, good. So they get it.
Yeah. Holy shit, he's got the big glasses on, the baldy head, and he looks just like him. What's with the moolies here? They're always cutting my line. I can't get on the Superman ride, Tony. Shoot somebody. I buried it right under the Medusa coaster from the Bohack job. It's under the Medusa coaster. Crazy bastard. Did you see that coming, though? Of course you didn't. You went to live and you fucked up. I shouldn't have asked you. Anybody in the country, I certainly wasn't expecting that to happen. For Tony to get shot by Uncle Junior.
Well, you knew something really huge was going to happen because stupid HBO showing people coming out of the premiere.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, my God, who saw that coming? Oh, wow.
A biggie.
So you knew something huge was going to happen at the end of it. Thank you, HBO, for wrecking that, by the way, in a way.
I think that was a fine promotional job by my friends over there.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimmy.
That's fine.
I'm digging it.
Oh,
I'm
no.
still into it. I think they were trying to force feed a character down our throats last night, though.
Which one?
The guy that hung himself at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to get out of the mob, move to Florida with his wife and kid.
Can I ask you a stupid question?
Yeah.
Was he part of the Sopranos show before that?
No. I don't remember seeing that guy.
Yeah, great. So he's
like a trigger man kind of.
I understand, but they make him look like he was one of the boys just hanging out in the back room
there. That's why it seems like they were trying to shove him. If he made an appearance on The Sopranos, it wasn't memorable, and it must have been it's just some guy on a quick scene in the background. Because I don't remember him. They never got involved with his wife or kids or anything like that. And all of a sudden, he's getting this major character role in the first episode. They kind of shoved it down your throat. Were we supposed to feel anything for this guy when he hangs himself?
What happened to Furio? And I know he had the crush on Carmela, but nothing happened.
He's hiding. He's hiding.
He's been hiding for 3 or 4 seasons.
He's in hiding, yeah. I don't know.
Because they're so good at tying all the loose ends together.
Oh, my God.
I love The Sopranos for that.
Big frayed mess.
No kidding.
That's what that is.
Let's go to David in Georgia. David.
I can't believe you guys would sit here and talk this much about Sopranos and not mention Meadows' little lap dance last night.
She was dancing for her guy.
Well, that was part of, and the king, number 6, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't know what that speech thing was at the beginning of the episode.
It was cool as hell, but I had no idea what they were getting at.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go, should I try to figure this out? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna try to figure this out. It's Sunday night. I'm tired. I just want to watch the fucking show.
Yeah. I wasn't going to deal with that.
And the god Kula.
What? Who?
Right.
Waited for.
Huh?
It's talk over as we talk, guys, so I'm just going to talk over him now. What? I'm sorry, what? I'm just going to sit here and talk over him because this is what he does. Opie's talking, and this guy, David from Georgia, just talks over Opie.
All right, well,
sorry, you can talk now.
All right, let David get in.
I mean,
what he's going to say is that Meadow was dancing for her, you fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looked very hot doing that lap dance there.
Yeah,
David.
she looked pretty good.
Guys, knocking off.
All
right, man.
I think everyone knew she looked hot there. Let's say hi to Mike in Jersey. Mike.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Hey.
I can't believe you guys haven't mentioned the ridiculous amount of product placement last night.
Yeah.
It started, I have a little list.
All right, hold on, Mike.
Go ahead.
We're going to do a little something here because Anthony goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I did not notice one product.
Really? Because it wasn't Kashi cereal on the table.
I did not notice one product.
Lean on Me. There was a box of Lean on Me.
Name one product placement from The Sopranos last night.
Honey Nut O's or what was that cereal?
I don't know.
Maple O's.
Nesquik.
Oh,
I know it was there.
I saw one case
and then
too.
Nesquik.
Yeah.
Yes, there was product placement from Terrible Actors Incorporated in Dr. Melfi's office.
All right, Mike, you got a list?
I got a few things. Now, I may have missed stuff because I didn't realize it until about 15 minutes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's what I got. I got the Nesquik at the beginning, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't miss that, right on the little train set, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the FedEx envelope that, he was so excited to get.
Yep.
Ripping it open. Then you have the watches. I forget the name of the manufacturer because I'm poor and I don't know them.
No, was it the sunglasses?
No, well, that's coming up.
The watches first, yeah.
The watches from that guy that got killed himself, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you had where I think it was Tony or Junior was watching television. They had to show you a little Philips logo at the bottom of the television.
Yeah.
Then you got the Armani sunglasses. Then you got Tony talking about the Porsche Cayenne like a salesman. Selling it right to the TV. Oh, it's got the 4.3.
Yeah, that is true. He kind of really went through it like a car salesman.
Exactly. And then you had, it may or may not have been, but the woman talking about her Corvette.
Yeah.
That's about all I got. But there may have been more, but I was just, kind of into the episode. I thought it was pretty good.
See, there's a weird thing with product placement. Like, why the first time I ever noticed it was in Superman 2, the Marlboro trucks, that he was throwing the monsters or the bad guys' planets through Marlboro trucks. And there's a part of it is annoying because it can be distracting, and a part of it is good because it becomes natural, like the way we live. Like, remember those awful shows where they're drinking, like All in the Family, they would drink a yellow beer?
Yeah.
It would just say beer on it.
Or the thing that was red and white Budweiser colors, but would just say beer.
Yeah.
And, of course, the cigarettes from the Brady Bunch, Valiant. With the big
very
V
good, yeah.
with the circle on it. Valiant cigarettes.
Those aren't a cigarette, are they?
No.
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 Yeah, if they make it look natural, who cares? I didn't notice, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't take away from my viewing, so.
It just seemed like a sellout to me. Like, you can tell this
You
is
know
the
what,
final
though?
season.
Let them do product placement because I don't want my DVR taken away from me. I'm watching so much more TV these days.
Yeah.
It's helping my part of this radio show because now I finally watch TV again because I couldn't sit through commercials anymore.
Nope. Now you just tape it.
I'm
DVR
watching. You watch a 2-hour program in an hour and 30 minutes now.
Yeah, I don't watch American Idol unless it's DVR'd. I wait about a half hour.
Exactly. I watch something else for a half hour, and
Yeah.
then I go, and then you get, American Idol uncut.
Timed out perfectly. If you wait a half hour, then you can watch the entire show, and by the time you're done, you're up to speed,
Yep.
and you haven't watched one goddamn commercial.
Yep. So, all right, Mikey.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Let's go to Kyle in Jersey. Kyle, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, I just wanted my lame attempt to make Norton feel better. I saw the Lucky Louie 12-minute preview. Looks fucking gold.
Oh, thanks, man. What the preview is that?
I don't know. Somebody posted it on Whackbag, but it looks great.
Oh, thanks, man. Cool. I know that they're sending 4 episodes, I believe, to the press soon. That's,
Yeah, I
guess,
didn't
standard.
watch all of it because I didn't want to ruin the episodes. But
that's not standard.
The cast looks great.
I don't know.
It's only standard when they know they got a pretty good show in their hands.
Oh, okay. I mean,
there are times they don't give anything to the press.
Plus, it's rare you have 13 shot before you go to air. I mean, I don't know what.
No, Lucky Louie's going to be a monster hit for HBO and little Jimmy Norton.
I hope so, man. But thank you for calling.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that,
I
man.
really hope it does well because it looks great.
Thanks,
All right.
buddy.
Thank you. Let's go to Charlie in Jersey.
Is there going to be a premiere or something like they did with The Sopranos when it airs?
I don't know actually how they're going to do it. I would hope so.
Are you allowed in?
You know what? It would be funny. I probably would not be able to get into that. I know if I.
You would think somebody could get me in.
It's funny. I was working for HBO, and this is just another example of how I belong nowhere. And there was a thing going out. There was a big party for the Emmys or something, and I realized I wasn't invited to it, and I was doing a show for them. And the head of one of the president of the company is a woman who's been very nice to me, and she's like, yeah. She offered to get me in, but I couldn't because I was kind of embarrassed by that point. Like, I don't have to do that to get in.
Do you think there's a level? Like, everybody has a level of wherever they are in life. And no matter where you are, you're always looking for the next plateau and way in. Do you think somebody like Tom Cruise or De Niro, do you think there's somewhere that they're going, I can't be part of that or can't get into that or...
Yeah,
definitely.
Maybe President and his wife are fucking, and Tom Cruise wants to watch, and Secret Service stops him.
Actually, is that what happened? Because it seems like everybody's got their level, and if there is that attainable where no matter what you want, where you want to get into an event, you're in.
Ben could probably help us out with this. As far as trying to get into some of these buildings in Manhattan. There are huge mega celebrities that can't get into these buildings.
What do you mean, to live?
Yeah.
Like
the co-op boards get involved.
That's
and
kind
they're
of
like,
different,
we don't want a Tom Cruise or a Madonna in our building.
That's kind of different because of their celebrity.
That's because you're so famous.
Yeah, because you're so famous. I kind of mean, like...
No one has...
Events. Yeah, Ben. That dude. Yeah, the building boards.
Co-op boards.
Co-op boards, right?
Like, I was surprised if Jim, but you're in a condo.
Condo.
Like, the buildings, there's a lot of buildings where, like, Derek Jeter and a lot of the players live and stuff that are condos. Co-op boards, they reject people all the time.
Really? They don't want the media coverage and stuff like that. Yeah, in my case, they don't want friends in wigs.
That's their big excuse, but it doesn't even matter. They can reject
It's
anything.
more of a power trip, so they could go to their stupid little friends and go, I'm on the co-op board, and guess what? I told Derek Jeter he can't live here. It's a whole power trip thing.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with them being too famous, and the media is going to be camping out these places.
Well, they have everything about you. They know where you work, your financial records, who you
Show business.
Oh no, you do laugh, but I mean they're crazy. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare getting into buildings here.
I was chastised by Ben for laughing. No, you laugh.
But Ben gave you like a 1940s chastising. Oh, you laugh.
You laugh, but let me tell you, the Nazi Party will take over.
That's right. You stay right there in Warsaw. Enjoy your apartment, Anthony Komiowicz.
You laugh.
There's actually something in the paper, though, over the weekend about Trump throwing people off of his board at the building that Jeter lives on the east side.
Did you hear this
For
story?
being a little too...
One of the guys was naked on the board.
Yeah, one of the guys is running around the building naked or something.
See, all the rule makers are a bunch of hypocritical asses. Naked. What was he doing naked?
That's or someone came to fix an appliance or something.
I forget
He
the
was
story.
naked.
I just read the headline,
That's
like the first
wonderful.
paragraph, and I was laughing pretty hard.
When he opened the door naked, he was like a sex addict.
Yeah, it was the building. It's a building that Matsui and Jeter live in on the east side
Yeah,
of the Trump building.
this is a guy that's really strict on the board, and it turns out he's like likes to be naked, and I don't know,
Yeah.
all sorts of allegations. They're trying to kill another board
Yeah,
member.
he chased him around, threatened to kill him over something he wanted to do to his apartment. Yeah, it was a great story.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so they just get into your stupid little lives.
Yeah.
Let's go to Charlie in
trip.
Jersey. Charlie.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Charlie.
Did you guys happen to catch the biggest tease of all from last night's episode?
What was that?
They didn't show any previews for next week's show.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
because they want you to think that maybe Tony's going to die.
It would be Tony in the hospital.
Who's buying the fact that Tony's dying?
First episode. They kill him off.
Maybe they'll do it later in the year or something. Who knows? But, I mean, he's not dying after the first episode.
Here's what I see. In the hospital, it's one of those they don't know if he's going to live or die, and there's going to be this big conflict within the group there on who's going to take over and
then
kind of going to vie for power and shit like that.
And then the third episode will fast forward 16 months or something.
Yeah.
Stupid
He'll
like
be
that.
out breathing heavy and eating.
Oh, you're looking good. Look, you're up and about,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to Mike in New York City. Mike?
Hey, guys. Based on the miracle of the Internet, you can read the first 3 episode synopsis. That ain't going to blow up for anybody. But another reason they didn't show previews is next week's episode is one of those...
No spoiler for me. I'm not listening. La, la, la.
No. It's no big deal. It's one of those stupid standalones that has nothing to do with the storyline, so you're going to have to wait 2 weeks and that's about Tony.
So they're not going to even have Tony in the next episode.
Oh,
It's like some
Great,
stupid
thanks.
side plot thing that you'll never... has nothing to do with Tony getting shot or anything like that.
That's not what I heard, dude. I heard that they go through the whole thing, and then Tony dies and comes back to life, and then the rest of the season's about genetic cloning.
Let's go to Eric in Colorado. Eric.
Hey, guys. Hey, 2 things on The Sopranos. Did you notice that last night's episode seemed to be filmed real dark?
Very dark, yeah. I thought my new TV was fucked
real
up. I was pissed.
And I think that helped to make the episode more enjoyable. But I'll tell you something else. There's a talk radio guy out here in Colorado. He has some guy named this guy's first name is Alan. I forget what his last name is. He's written a lot of the Sopranos books, and he's real good friends with David Chase. And they were interviewing him last Friday, and he said one of the reasons why it takes so long between seasons is David Chase is such a perfectionist. There are some of the scripts and whatnot he has rewritten 4 and 5 times.
Perfectionist.
He's not a perfectionist. He has a mental disorder. He has
Well,
some
that's
kind of-
possible, too.
They pumped out All in the Families every week for years. I don't want to hear
I'm
it.
sick of hearing that David Chase is this perfectionist
Yeah.
and he's a genius. No, he has some kind of mental fucking disorder, but he's good enough
Hey,
where they're like, we have to just deal with this shit.
9 years, Seinfeld.
Because he gives us this good TV.
Norman Lear was doing like 60
Yeah.
pages a week, and I'm not just saying that because Norman saw my show and I got to chat with him. He was a notoriously what's the word? You put out a lot of
Hey,
material.
Jimmy?
Hold on. What's the word? Thank you. Prolific. Yeah, he was prolific with that.
Fan.
I'm so sick of them saying David Chase is this perfectionist.
Yeah,
No, he's
stop
not.
it.
He's got a fucking problem.
Stop it. He leaves loose ends and takes a lot of vacation time. That's what he does.
Hey, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Hey, a friend of mine worked event security up there in Aspen over the weekend, and he said you fucking killed. He said you were really good.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
You have any friends that work event security at the Waldorf? Let me know.
On stage or on the slopes?
Hey, I emailed you back in February about it. I really wanted to go. I wish you would have promoted it sooner that you were going to be there
Where?
because it sold out so fast.
What did?
Are you tired of Eric?
I don't know
From
what he's talking
Colorado?
about. What
I'm
really
no,
sold?
he's calling from Colorado.
Of Eric.
He's giving you props. I was with them.
No, but he said something sold out. I didn't hear him.
He's from Colorado, and he wished he knew that you were going to be there sooner. He was going to go and see you.
Oh.
Because we're a national
In
show.
Aspen, that's in Colorado.
Oh, but the shows weren't sold out. They were very good, but
Well,
that's at
he
a
tried to
festival.
get in, and he couldn't get in.
could have made it.
So something was going on.
He's-
That's all. That's all he was saying. He was being nice, and I don't know.
I met some guy who was a big O&A fan, and I don't remember your name, sir. I blocked it out like it was a childhood episode. And he shook my hand 30 times. He was one of those
30 pumps?
lunatics. No, every 30 seconds walks up with that stupid dick beater out. And you have to, all right, here's some more human contact.
Dick beater.
Every 30 seconds. Dude, I know.
Hey.
Thank you. Up, down, remove, wipe on my that fucking clammy mitt. How many times did we have to touch each other? Your cadaver foot hand really irritated me.
Clammy cold.
I wouldn't want to touch that hand if it was fucking handing me an all-access badge for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
That's great. Let's go to Jimmy in Illinois. Jimmy, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering, since we're on a topic of things that take 2 years to get to you, if I could ask Norton, where's the CD I ordered from his website like a month ago?
Sometimes they get a little backed up, dude. That will get to you. They're very good, but occasionally they do get backed up.
Okay, I was just wondering what was going on with it.
Where are you calling from? I'm going to see, because they said there was a couple orders. What's your name? Your first name?
My name is Jimmy. I'm in Chicago.
Oh, you know what happened? They said that one might have gotten delayed because there was a strike.
Jimmy.
Exactly.
Click. Wow, I must say the callers are catching on quickly today.
Hey, it only took them 40 minutes to hang up.
They're hanging up.
By the way, Kelly Force from Gainesville, Florida, writes on the instant feedback. It's Alpert, not Albert. Alpert with a P.
What is?
Sorry.
Who cares?
Oh, Alpert. I thought so.
Yeah.
Ugh. Stupid cunt. With an O.
Pitch.
Is it really Alpert?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Alpert.
That's
stupid. Just flip it upside down. It's Albert. No one's looking.
Doc Martin in her bussy.
Actually, I apologize because that was the first one of 10 saying the exact same thing on instant feedback. So I guess it's a known fact that it's Alpert instead of Albert. All right. Why don't we take a break and continue with the O&A show? We got lots to do today. Anthony moved into his fine new house.
Finally.
And
I got new neighbors. It's wonderful.
Ugh.
This new house.
Did they bring you food that you're not going to eat?
No, I haven't gotten the welcome wagon thing yet. I'm thinking I should, though. Shouldn't I?
No.
Shouldn't they come? Hi.
No.
They don't do that.
We'll talk about that. And yes, the rumors are true. Good old Alan Sniffen from the New York Radio Message Board had a nice scoop. And now the Daily News is writing about it.
Uh-oh. We have to address it?
I don't know if we
what
have
can
to
we
address
say?
it. We'll figure that out next. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. Go to opieandanthony.com. We have some video clips from the late night karaoke we did about a week ago. You can see Anthony singing Sweet Caroline.
Ah, what a classic.
You can see Master Post singing My Love. And doing a pretty good job with it, by the way. Also, you can see our own Danny singing War Pigs.
Yes.
Starker Patty doing a great job with White Rabbit.
Creepiest version ever.
It's a perfect song for her, though. She pulls it off. And then my brother singing Centerfold.
Now that's scary.
He's a complete lunatic, and he did his own version of Centerfold. All the videos are up on opieandanthony.com. And I guess all these people will be singing at the Hard Rock Cafe this Friday when we do our St. Patty's Day broadcast. Are you going to do Sweet Caroline?
I get caught up in the moment when I see a karaoke machine like that, and yeah, Neil just comes out in me.
Because we're going to do it
Maybe
for...
I'll do Love on the Rocks.
We're going to do it
Ain't
for the
no
whole country.
Surprise. Pour me a drink, and I'll tell you some lies.
Yeah, he'll be doing it. Anthony's a ham.
Is Neil in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
You're such a ham.
He really is.
No, I am.
That's such a good
Put
word.
some cloves, pineapple in me. That's it.
I want to see Starker Patty doing White Rabbit. So we got a lot of...
One pill makes you larger, the other makes you small, and the one that mother gives you don't do anything at all.
I don't know if we got some audio, but I don't know if it's going to do the song justice. Because it's from a video camera. The place was mobbed.
It's the live version, man.
And those tiny, tiny, tiny little microphones, they just can't... They can't get the job done.
Can't distinguish from the crowd and the singing.
Well, we'll give you a little taste.
Patty, 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 Patty. She's a freak. What do you want me to do?
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a big... Animals.
It's really hard to hear,
And
obviously.
if you go chase the rabbits.
But you'll do it for everybody this Friday at the Hard Rock Cafe here in New York City for our St. Patty's Day broadcast. Starts at 11 a.m. on the East Coast, all right?
Yes, it does.
I wish we had better audio because she really did a great job with that.
She tore it up, yo.
And Master Poe with his very dainty singing voice.
There's a lover and a fighter at odds in that body, isn't there?
Well, we could try this, too. I don't know.
A few other things.
Yeah. Here's Master Poe doing My Love. Just a little taste. No. I think I threw the wrong CD in.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
almost
what I
tasted
did.
something we didn't want.
Come on.
All night party rock!
There's the battle cry.
I've been through so many changes in my life.
Who knew, huh? Who knew?
And I ain't never said how much I need you, sugar. I should be by my side. My love.
So there you go. Taste of
There
that.
he goes.
It's just too distorted to really get into it, unfortunately. But you'll hear it on the radio Friday, crystal clear.
Yep.
Or at the event if you show up, okay?
Can't wait for that one.
I don't know if I should read this, but there's an instant feedback about you, Jimmy. Eric from Whackbag. He writes, Jimmy's such a fucking spoiled brat. Wah! With 10 H's.
Oh, shit.
I can't.
All right. Buckle up, kids.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Go ahead. No, read it. Good. Let Eric from Whackbag. Go ahead.
All right. Jimmy's such a fucking spoiled brat. Wah! With 10 H's. I can't see Ozzy for the 100th time. Fucking appreciate what you've gotten instead of crying about what you can't get, you fucking baby.
First of all, douchebag, I've acknowledged that I've gotten to meet the guys and I'm really happy. What I'm talking about is why I can't get into an event that I should be able to get into. Stupid. I'm not talking about meeting Ozzy. I'm not complaining that Ozzy's on the show. Yeah. I'm not ungrateful that I haven't met Sabbath. I'm very grateful that I've met Sabbath. But as a fan, as somebody who has been screaming and has been very vocal on the air about it, and having the same agent as two of the bands that are going to be there, I don't think it's uncalled for me to want to get in there, Eric, from a fucking website name, douchebag.
Yeah.
So go fuck your mother with 10 R's.
I'm proud of you, Jimmy. You kept it together there.
Yeah, please. Some fucking douchebag. They're typing. Fuck him. I'm so worried about getting into this thing, and I know I'm not going to.
All right, we got Bill Ward calling in 10 minutes?
8:45, I believe.
Oh, 8:45. I thought it was 8:15. All right. So later this hour, Bill Ward from Black Sabbath.
Nice.
We'll talk to him. Let's go to Brad in Atlanta. Brad, what's up?
Morning, boys. Happy birthday, Jimmy. I was just calling in to wish Jimmy luck on his show this weekend. I'm going to be there. If anybody doesn't know, it's the Punchline in Atlanta, Georgia, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, 404-252-LAFF. Punching out.
Hey, that's nice of you.
Hey.
Look at that.
A little plug-a-rooney.
I haven't even made a commercial for that. I've been so distracted. What dope I am.
All right. Anthony moved into his new house.
Yes.
Congratulations, Anthony.
Finally. Thank you, Opie. I am what they call a homeowner now. I'm a homeowner, not a renter anymore. I've rented my whole life.
I was thinking about you at 3:30 in the morning this morning.
Why?
Well, because I heard the mice and the rats and who knows. It sounds like a squirrel also is living in between the ceiling and the floor.
Oh, boy. I had one of those in a rental house once, and I just fired a bunch of .22 rounds into the sound. I didn't have anybody living up above me, don't get me wrong. It was a house out on Long Island, and apparently some squirrels have gotten in between the ceiling and whatever the hell else was up there, the attic. So it was in a vestibule-type area. So no mechanical equipment or pipes or anything above it, but they were nesting in there, and it would drip through urine and shit in this vestibule, and I'd hear them. So I got the old Ruger 22, pop, 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 just left them dead up there.
What were they? Were they rats?
Yeah, they squirrels. Yeah.
Well, I got something going on, man. I haven't heard them in a while, but they were just rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Running from one side of the room to the other.
That's fantastic.
In between the ceiling and the floorboards upstairs. And my landlord wants me to, sign a lease.
Landlords are pricks.
I'm like, you take care of the freaking mice, and all right, I'll hang out there for a little longer as I try to find my own palace.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about you this morning because it woke me up again. And I'm like, fucking Anthony is sleeping in his brand new house tonight, and I have to deal with this shit still.
Brand new house.
They're just clawing and running
Wonderful.
and fighting. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. How many are up there?
You ought to videotape that and get audio of it, and then put it on the web and put your address when you move out.
I'm thinking of just, when I do leave, I'm thinking of just poking one little hole.
Let them all just get out?
Yeah, absolutely, because they're contained in there.
What's the matter, Mr. Pratt? Bugs got your tongue? The room just looks like that, full of roaches.
That's what I'm going to do, just a little subtle hole, just enough. Mm-hmm. So now they could run around the entire apartment, because they are definitely not getting into the apartment. They get into the kitchen every once in a while, and I've been zapping the hell out of them. I haven't caught one in a while.
Yeah.
I'm up to like 15 kills. 15
wow, 15
fucking
confirmed kills?
Oh, yeah, confirmed. Wow. Confirmed.
Like a mouse serial killer.
And then there's a bunch of mice that got away where they were able to get the food and stuff and scurry away. But I got 15 confirmed kills. Those electric mouse traps that someone sent us, I forget the guy's name.
A miracle.
Unfucking believable how great they work.
What does your landlord say when you tell him I've killed 15 of these things?
Dude, he's got all sorts of problems. There's notices like hanging in the lobby now from the fire department.
Oh, great. That's what you need.
So, I don't know. He's got his own problems right now.
It's time, Opie. It's time.
Venture out. I've been looking. I can't find anything yet.
You're not going to find anything for $52,000 anymore. It's impossible.
I'm actually willing to spend some money.
You going a little higher?
So I was woken up at 3:30 in the morning, and I really did think about you. I'm like, fucking Anthony's in a brand new place right now, and I'm dealing with this shit.
I was sleeping on my new mattress, which for some reason, mattress companies, you're out of control. Stop already. They're high enough. They have reached a height where now they are just stupid. I have a mattress. I was standing on the side of the bed the other day watching TV, looking at the bed going, I could, climb up there because I got to take a shower in, 10 minutes, but I was watching something, and I wanted to kind of, sit down or lay down or something, and looked at the bed and went, it's just too much work to climb up there. The thing is 4 feet off the ground.
What, do you have a mattress on top of your bunny?
It's
yes. He's onto something, though.
Maybe before I bought this house, you could have said that.
My mattress is up to my belly button.
Dude, yeah.
And I'm not
That's where it is.
I'm not really a short guy.
That's where it is. It's giant.
You know why? To justify the stupid
prices.
price.
Exactly. They pumped
it up.
That's
the only reason.
Yep.
I took all these classes in college. That's the only reason. To justify... How much did you pay for your mattress?
A lot.
And guess what? Stop already. They're the same fucking thing.
Yep.
This one helps you sleep better than this. No, they're the same fucking mattress.
Thing. I got a big, thick thing with a pillow top. And then here's the problem. The box spring that comes underneath, I found out you could get a low-profile box spring. Because with all the mattress, you got fucking 20 inches of mattress. It doesn't matter what the box spring is. It's not like the old days where you got this little pad sitting on a box of springs.
You could throw that,
and that was your support.
You could throw that mattress right on the floor.
On the floor,
it would be the
exact
same sleep.
No different than if it had a box spring on there. So now I got to get a low-profile box spring so it fits in the bed frame.
Someone in the mattress business, you call up and explain why the mattresses are so big now.
Get the secrets. We want all the secrets.
How much control do you need? You have to have, like, the different, if you do this on this side, you won't feel it on that side. You know what else takes care of that? A good old-fashioned fist.
A fist.
I'm trying to sleep, and if you move, your teeth are winding up on those pillow. On those pillow. Because I'm kind of
on
foreign.
those pillow.
On those
pillow.
On those pillow.
So, yeah, I was moved in, and, at 3 in the morning, Opie, when you had rats or whatever roaming around your house.
It's definitely mice. Maybe do you think the rats are fighting with the mice? Is that a possibility?
Is that a war going on these days?
I don't know.
The mouse-rat war? I don't think so.
Yes, they say it's going to be a civil war as soon as the U.S. troops pull out, but that's just wrong.
Yeah, I got to get some peace between them.
All right, go ahead.
But I was sleeping soundly, and I am so... This is my first house with an alarm system. I am enjoying having an alarm. You know me. I'm very up on security, but in rental houses for the past few years, for my whole life, never had an alarm system. Never really needed one. There was one in my rental house, but put it this way. It was one of those with the silver tape around the windows everywhere, and it had this switch that looked like it was from NASA 1968. At the base of one of the sliding glass doors, and then this big orange, because it had discolored plastic button that you were supposed to push for something, is ancient. So I never hooked it up or never used it. This one, all nice and modern, and I could lock myself in now, and I set the alarm so the motion detectors are shut off so I could walk around the house and everything. And I'm sure a bunch of people got this. This is just what everyone else has in the world. I haven't, though.
Wait, you can't walk around your house if this thing's on, though?
If the motion detectors are on,
you got
to bypass the motion detectors and then just have it set for the doors and windows.
And when he means lock himself in, he means lock himself in his bedroom.
Well, that's when I sleep. I lock in the bedroom,
of
and
course.
then the motion detectors can go on, and then you're locked in your bedroom. If the alarm goes off, you know you have an intruder. The shotgun comes out. I'm firing blindly through doors at that point because I know everyone that's important to me and my girlfriend, that's it, are in the room. Anyone outside the room is the enemy and must be destroyed.
Do you find it easier to keep the biohazard suit inside the room with you?
Yes. I have a biohazard suit walk-in closet that just has different ones for every day. It's a wonderful feeling, security. And... not like I need it, because remember my old neighborhood of Great Neck, which I like to now call the slum that I used to live in, because there were a lot of Jews living there, and I love living amongst the Jewish people, because it's a nice, secure area. You know that there's wealth in that area. You know that the property value will go up when there are Jews living in your neighborhood. And there's no real crime going on.
And you like to keep your enemies close.
I wasn't going to say that, but...
Who knew the serial killer was living right next to the police station? Who would have thought that?
I did make a joke with my girlfriend about how long would it take? And I actually had this scenario in my head. I go, how long would it take, honestly, seriously think this, for the police to arrive from the second I unfurl a 10-foot Nazi flag from my balcony in the front of the house? I go, how long would it take? The second it goes over the garage doors, like I would hit a stopwatch and go, all right. I said like 6 minutes the cops would be there. In 6 minutes. And I might try it one day, but I got to, fit in with the neighbors first so I could play it off as a joke.
Sure, like when you're going to the bank to get some diamonds with your briefcase, you have to make sure that it's safe. The White Angel! This man needs a doctor!
Yeah, it's my old neighborhood of Great Neck had a lot of Jewish people living around me, but I noticed very close, and there were other people of other ethnic backgrounds. I wasn't too hip on that. A lot of Indians, which are fine. They're professional people. A lot of doctors are Indians and stuff like that, which is fine. But sometimes at night, if they're wearing hoods, very hard to distinguish Indian people from certain criminal elements. Very hard. Is this on? Are we on the air yet? I was just saying. But where I live now, it's just Jews galore. It's actually it's a small hamlet called Jewville. And it's full of Jews. That's all I live near. They have a community watch. You know the community watch in most neighborhoods? Sure. There's a sign that says, this neighborhood has community watch. And you look at it and go, yeah, sure it does. What are you going to do? You know, someone's going to see something called, they're all nosy bodies. It's just a sign that's supposed to scare people. My neighborhood has this extra special community watch thing that they do, that they have a disclaimer on the bottom that says this has nothing to do with the town of North Hempstead or anything like that. It's a community watch where the residents have cameras on their houses pointing in various directions, and they monitor them. And they're night vision, and some of them infrared, and they're all over the place. You don't know where they are or who has them. I love it. I saw that sign. I almost jacked off to it. I love it. When I'm hitting my codes on the alarm, I'm watching lights blink.
Jimmy.
I got floodlights.
Jimmy,
yeah.
You know there's no cameras, right? No.
There are cameras.
It's all in
there
mind.
are cameras.
There's no cameras.
There's signs that say, I'll take a picture of the sign.
You do that.
I'll take a picture of the sign.
Mr. Goldberg with his stupid Polaroid.
I'll show you the sign. I'll take a picture.
And you know it's Jewish because watch is spelled with a V.
He says he doesn't know where the cameras are. You can't see them.
You can't, but they're
Of course
there.
you can't see them, Anthony.
Yeah. They're there, and I'm going to help because I'm putting cameras up.
Of course
I'll
you are.
help.
Of course you are.
I'm going to help.
Maybe they should have had a sign that says, this neighborhood is protected by security-conscious ghosts. They're all over the place. They keep a watch on me. Don't they, hon?
They
Yes.
can't be seen, yet they help.
They help.
I know there's cameras. There has to be.
I heard there's an invisible shield. Criminals can't
force
see.
field over the entire neighborhood. When he touches it, a blue little pulse light comes off of him, and he goes, ow, and runs away in fear.
And how funny is it that they saw this swarthy Italian move in, and they're all putting their homes up for sale?
They're petrified. I made a point because as I pull into the neighborhood, now picture, if you will, a very nice, upper-class, suburban neighborhood. The streets, freshly paved. Thank you. The sidewalks are groomed and edged. The street lamps are, they look like oldie-time gas lamps. But, of course, they're electric because it is the future. And it's just wonderful. Down the street, look, it's a family outside. Dad is playing basketball with his young son. And then over here on the side, look, there's a mom and her daughter, and the daughter's riding a bike alongside the mom. Maybe they're going to the corner market to do a little shopping.
Ooh.
Anthony?
I hear birds. Wait.
Anthony?
Yeah.
You realize you haven't moved yet. Stop playing Sims.
No, this is my neighborhood now. It's wonderful.
You're playing Sims, aren't you?
No, it's beautiful.
You're not. You're still in your old place, aren't you?
Every car in every driveway is a Mercedes or a Lexus. It's wonderful. Caddies. They're beautiful. And so I come pulling up with my first load in the back of my truck. So I back into the driveway, and of course the neighbors, they all want to know who their new neighbor is. And I just brought over some stuff that I didn't want the moving people to touch. So the first thing I bring out are my radio control helicopters, which gets a lot of attention because they're very big, and I bring them into the garage.
And you strategically did this.
Yes, because I know the looky-loos would be like, wow, that's nice, you know, because kids to grown adults look at those and love them. They're amazing.
And, of course, now they got to stand around and go, I wonder what he's going to take out of this.
But they don't stand around. They still playing basketball in their driveway or bicycling or the woman, one of the women across the street was kind of just out in the front yard because we moved Saturday, and Saturday was a beautiful day here in New York. Perfect day for moving in this beautiful suburban neighborhood. And the second load I took out, Opie, was my AR-15, my shotgun, and my duffel bag of ammunition. That came out, and I slowly walked from the back of my truck in the driveway. Didn't go through the garage, which was readily accessible right there to hide anything. I went to the front door. and slowly walk, not looking or making eye contact with any of the neighbors.
Of course not,
but
because that would be bad.
slowly walked in, because I want everyone to know where I stand immediately.
Yeah, that girl and her mother may come over and break in and put cookies in your bedroom. What do you think is going to happen with these people? Get off at 145th Street with your address and show the gun and go, this is where I live, criminals.
I just want everyone to know what's going on in that house.
Right, mental illness.
Of course. The next few years is going to be a lot of fun to do this radio show with you, man. Because
I love the
happening
neighborhood
in front of our eyes.
As you throw a sink through the window and escape.
Escape from his own house.
I want to show them the model of the Devil's Tower I made in my living room. It's wonderful.
Look, guys, it's a helicopter. And they'll go over to look at it. They'll see like little Nazi insignias on the side, and it even drops things on people, does it?
I could fly this anywhere, over any of your houses.
Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom, what's up?
Tom, this is Tom. Tom, sorry about that. Anthony, your neighbors are already selling you out where you're living.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it wasn't 5 minutes. I was in a bar. We were hanging out actually not too far from where you are. And you moved in over here. The contractor's next door. You're having a house done next door, right? Somebody's building something next door to you?
Wow, you're very good, sir.
Yeah, and then...
All right. Don't give too much detail.
Yeah, not too much information, my friend. Okay, I don't want to have to shoot
somebody. Are they
somebody.
shooting a movie in your neighborhood?
They were shooting a movie, yeah.
What was it? Anything good?
I don't know. I went down the road to check it out, but I didn't stop.
Looks like The Sopranos, the way your house was.
Speaking of
what, you asshole!
They got your house on TV right now.
Hey, wait a minute! What is that? It kind of looked like my neighborhood. What the hell are they doing?
All right, Tom.
All right, Tom. Stop by for a beer, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, he will. He'll be shot, but yeah. Wow, that guy actually. They're bragging down the block at the bar, at the corner bar. I don't even know where that bar is.
Why don't you live in a gated community?
I don't like gated communities. Because all the houses are the same. And I like the neighborhood thing. I like the suburb. Jimmy, do you know what it's like to walk down? Picture a summer's day. You're walking down that sidewalk. You smell, there's flowers. The smell of lilac and honeysuckle is in the air. And you look down the road. There's children roller skating. They're all white. And
wait a minute.
What? Yes.
I'm just trying to. Let me just enjoy this description of heaven.
The train comes by.
Willoughby. Next stop's Willoughby.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode. It's so wonderful. Whether summer, wintertime. No, there won't be Christmas, will there? Hanukkah menorahs in every window and a big Christmas tree in mine.
Your dirty tree. Your
my awful
Christian
Catholic Christian tree. Oh, will I set the lawn up with a whole nativity scene?
Filthy New Testament tree.
Those Jews are going to know a Catholic lives there. A God-fearing Catholic. I hold no grudge that you killed my Savior, people. Neighbors, I hold no grudge that you are responsible for the death of my Lord and Savior.
Please say that to every door you walk up to and introduce yourself as a new neighbor with cookies. Really, just have one. I hold no grudge over the whole Christ thing.
Cookies baked in the shape of a cross. I love it. You won't know the joy of a suburban neighborhood till you live there and can soak it all in. Every sense. Every single sense is touched.
Let's go to Joe in New Jersey. Joe?
How you doing, guys?
Hi,
hey,
Joe.
Anthony, are you meeting with Ed Harris in a shed in the backyard about the cameras?
I like that.
All right.
Do you have a shed?
No shed.
No shed. Huh?
I'm going to be putting a pool in, so I may have a cabana, but no shed. Dan just laughed at me.
We're all laughing at you, Anthony.
No.
Let's go to Ralph. Hey, Ralph.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Ralph.
How are you?
Hi.
Congratulations to Anthony on the new house.
Thank you.
Just heard about the security system. That's kind of I came out of the military, and that's kind of what I got into.
Mm-hmm.
Just for personal security on the upper end.
Can you hook me up with tripwires, sir? Because I might need a few of those around the perimeter.
Do you know there's actually sensors you can have installed in the floorboard set at your weight? Let's say you're a 180-pound guy.
Right.
somebody comes in 200, it goes off. And I mean, you can have trips all the way through the house.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of those maybe a little bit over the top.
Do you think one bad meal and the cops show up?
Jim, I love you. You make me laugh. I work going to work. Love when you're on the show.
It's nice to know the crooks could just send in a child as me.
That's funny.
Hey, 65 pounds. It must be Anthony.
What happened? I don't know. He was raped by 5 Filipino criminals. What happened? Robert Reed robbed him.
We're checking the DNA on this broth bowl, and some rope fibers were found.
I had it set for 3 pounds. How did he get through?
5 of the guys I've worked with in the past have become the criminals. I mean, the people that install the systems, it's very, very easy to know how to bypass the systems and get in that way. So
the guy is very reputable. Very reputable.
All right.
I understand.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ralph. Let's go to Pappy in New Jersey. Pappy.
Yeah, Pappy.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey.
Hi, Pappy.
I'm glad, Anthony, you get this beautiful neighborhood to look at in the 5 seconds it takes to drive into your garage and shut the door and not come out for the next day.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time before Anthony does the show in pajamas.
From the house.
I had this vision that from Friday at 11:30 to Monday morning, you just wear pajamas.
Wow.
You
know?
just walk around in pajamas.
You're pretty accurate there. The weekends are really spent online, which is driving me crazy because a lot of boxes in the house and stuff. We just moved, so all I have is a laptop hooked up, and I can't really do anything too extreme on a laptop. So I'm going kind of nuts. No real gaming. I could hit the internet, but that's about it. Got to unpack, which is
which will take a year. One.
I still have boxes, dude. I still have boxes, like stuff I haven't hung on my wall yet. That's still like from when I moved in
them
April.
out.
No, it's me and celebrity pictures.
Like I said, throw them out.
That's not happening.
Garbage.
No.
When I move, I throw everything out.
What, both items?
Start anew. Both items.
You're a minimalist. You don't have that much. Just a couple of keepsakes and some photos, and you're finished.
Because a little known fact about me, since 18 to now, I didn't really have roots. So I was always moving, so it was a pain in the ass to have too much shit.
Yeah. I left a lot of stuff behind, and Danny took it.
And every time I move, I just pile it up in front of my house, and that's it. And then I start anew.
I let Danny take all my old stuff that I had. He came over the house on Sunday with Ziggy and 2 vans.
God, are you kidding? What did Danny get from you?
A hernia?
Yeah, a hernia. Holy shit. I thought Danny had a little bit of muscle to him, but my God.
What made you think you could pick up Anthony's checkbook?
Thank God Ziggy was with him. There were 2 vans.
Danny, you got Anthony's leftovers?
I absolutely did.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful for it.
What'd you walk away with?
My friend.
A bunch of stuff, man. Coffee table, end table.
He got the glass and iron coffee table. Glass top was everything.
Anthony's describing this table like we've seen it.
Well, no.
I mean, none of us have seen it.
I know. You ever see like a
he
coffee
just described
table?
that like, the coffee table when you were over and you were, putting down your soft drink on.
There was a glass top coffee table and 2 glass top end tables.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I was petrified anytime a kid was over that they're running like full speed ahead into the corner of a piece of glass. So glass stuff anyway, I've had. All I picture is drunken Danny falling face first through it.
Danny
anyway.
Holden.
Danny Holden.
And that will absolutely happen sooner or later.
And Danny will probably make good use of the wine rack that he also got, which also has some glass and iron. They all kind of matched. It was a
wine
matching
rack
set.
you had? Why?
For wine, Jimmy.
He's a fancy man.
He's not. Anthony's not gentlemanly.
It was for aesthetics, really.
Do you have a wine cellar in this place?
No. I have a wine cooler, though, in the kitchen.
Oh.
You open it up, and it's refrigerated, and it cools your wine. It's wonderful.
Oh.
It's fabulous. And Danny took the wine rack, the dining room set, which was just a glass top dining room set and 4 chairs, stools that also went in the
You
kitchen
got his
area.
junk. What was the best thing you hauled away, Danny?
The desk.
Probably that desk, man. That
it
was
a
fucking fantastic.
My mission control is what this was. It was a huge
Why'd you get rid of
wooden desk because I need a new one for the new office. I'm not
what-
bringing the old one.
Yeah, who moves? I mean, what are you talking
You don't
about? It's
move
just
things.
throw it
You-
out and buy new stuff.
You get new stuff. No, the new office, first of all, is I have a design idea for it, and the desk didn't fit. It's like a early 1900s adventurer type office. That's what I want it to look like. Dark wood mahogany paneling, sort of burlap wallpaper, and then like an oldie style globe. And an office very darkly lit, very heavy, velvety curtains, and pictures from like the 1908 and like a biplane and adventures in Egypt and things like that. That's what I want for my office. I want it to look like that. Isn't that cool? Like an old adventure with a rug on the floor with a big compass on it. That's my office. Photoshop, begin. I'm not kidding either.
We know
That's
that.
the office I want.
I haven't seen anything this excited in a long time, man.
But it's kind of modernized because on the wood paneling, you ever been in like an oldie style library kind of thing with the wood mahogany thing? Mm-hmm. And then on one wall, inlaid in it will be a flat screen television to keep it, modern and up to date. But the whole thing is going to look like an old 1915 style adventurer's room.
Pith helmet,
Yeah.
spear, and a
Right.
shield.
Yeah, things like that I brought back when I was in Africa. Deepest, darkest Africa. This is an actual Negro foot.
Things like that.
It's still in a sneaker.
I'm very psyched about The Office.
Oh, my God. Let's say hi to John in Indiana. John, what's up?
Yeah,
I think Kev gets it. You love the idea.
I do.
You do.
Of course he does.
He's as crazy as I am.
John, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if you go get a couple of German Shepherds to protect your estate.
Oh, you're a silly, silly man. That means he has to care for something.
Exactly.
Are you insane?
How am I supposed to dart off somewhere
Anthony's-
if I have to make plans?
He's gonna get the barking sound. Those.
Right. Yeah, that's all.
Why don't you get
Massachusetts.
Tigger the dog. Remember Tigger the dog?
No.
Digger the dog.
Digger.
Yeah. Digger, he goes with you when you explore. Just pull his leash, but don't say his name too loud because someone might misinterpret it and knock your teeth out.
Chris in Massachusetts.
Hey, boys. Good morning. How you doing,
Hello,
little
Chris.
Jimmy? Hey, Anthony. It sounds like you moved in the town of Stepford.
It is just as wonderful as Stepford.
All right, let's go to
What's
Mike
wrong?
in Wisconsin. Mike, what do you want to do for the program today?
Hey, I want to start a new bit called Make a Hole in My Wall with my AR-15.
What?
Come on now.
Where are you, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
And why would you want to just shoot into your wall right now?
Because I've done it before by accident.
Yeah,
but,
by
you know,
accident.
fuck it.
What type of neighborhood do you live in, sir?
Oh, I live off the street, so, it's like away from, normal people.
What's behind the wall for a good mile beyond your wall?
Okay. Behind my wall, which I'm going to fire my AR-15, is a chair, which I don't really care about a whole lot.
Yeah, what's behind the chair? I'm talking, the thing goes after it goes through the wall.
Okay.
Do you have a brick house?
I'm on Pal Talk right now. If you, it's Mikey 587 right now. You can see it right there. And I want to start a new bit called Put a Hole in My Wall.
Holy crap! He's he's on Pal Talk with his.
Hey, shoot your cat.
No, I'm not going to shoot my cat.
No, come on, shoot your cat.
Look, there he is. What does your shirt say?
I don't want to do that. Come on.
What's your shirt
Are
say?
you up for it? Come on.
All right, dude, let me tell you something. If you do this, I want you to shoot down so it goes no further than 1 foot outside your house.
No, seriously, I would totally do that. I'm a responsible.
No, you're
gun
not.
owner.
You
What
are
does
not.
your shirt say?
Come on.
Does he even hear me?
It says we
What does your shirt say, Mikey?
It says, want to make out?
want to make out.
Oh, okay, no.
Come on. You
No,
up for
shoot it through your floor.
Well, I didn't.
All right, here we go.
Shoot it through your floor.
He's live on Pal
for
Talk.
Does anyone live downstairs?
No.
You're alone in the house?
I'm alone, yeah.
All right, shoot it through the floor. Go ahead. Let me see this, you maniac.
Wait a minute. He's got an
Here we go.
AR-15.
Yeah, okay.
He's on Pal Talk.
All right.
Wait. Cat went flying.
He shot it through the floor. What a maniac. Dude, you're an animal.
I said wait, because you had to move the webcam. We don't know what you shot at.
You shot through the floor.
I understand that. Move the webcam so we can see the damage.
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
Let's see the bullet hole, you fucking
Can you see
bastard.
it?
Hold on. The camera's got to adjust.
Right there. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
You shot your chair?
Okay, well...
Oh, it's through the wall. Yeah, I see through the wall.
I'm sure that's where it went.
You are a maniac.
Come on, man. Fucking... Yeah. Dude, the AR-15, man, it's the bomb. Right
Yeah,
here.
That
right here.
certainly
This
is wonderful.
I think
this
so.
is the shit. Right here.
Maybe.
And Neo is God.
All right.
All right, my friend. Don't kill anybody.
Do you want him to do it again?
No, once is good enough. Believe me. I don't know where this guy lives. This guy could have a house right next door to him. Some old lady could be right now bleeding. He looks like Chet from
Weird Science.
From Weird Science.
Yeah, he does.
Drunk and cleaning
You
guns,
spitting
man.
this?
That's the thing on Open Anti fan site.
Shoot your dishwasher.
No.
Little Venezuelan woman.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, that was pretty crazy.
All right.
That was on Pal Talk. We all checked that out. All right, Mike.
Thanks.
Thank
Joel.
you. All right.
Later, you maniac. I'm turning his camera off. Jesus. Fucking lunatic.
Yeah, congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I am
And
very, very jealous.
you are invited over anytime you want.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yes, any of you.
Can I come over tonight at 11:30?
Cordially invited, Jimmy.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll come over soon.
Yes.
I just can't find a place.
Yeah.
I'm a suburb guy. I don't want to live in New York City, but I don't.
You got to go to the burbs.
But I don't want to deal with that commute. And
It's not bad.
And you know, we do
It's
have.
not. I left 10 minutes earlier this morning because I'm a few exits out from where I was.
Right.
And I got here 10 minutes early. I don't know how that worked.
I've been looking at places in New York City in my price range. I'm just amazed what you don't get for your money.
Opie, let me tell you what you get for your money out a
amazed.
little bit on Long Island. Green trees, rustling of leaves in the morning, children playing, but not near your house, not annoying you. The sounds of nature and neighbors, pale neighbors. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience out there. You get your own chunk of land, a place to call your own, Opie. Not a room on top of someone else's room and another room on top of yours. It's your palace, your kingdom. That's what you need.
You're going to make me cry.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a break. When is, we got to take a break. Bill Ward's calling in any minute now.
Supposedly, yeah.
Black Sabbath being, I don't know, what is it called?
Inducted.
They're inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who cares? No offense. Even my favorite bands, I don't give a shit when they're inducted. Who cares? It means nothing, that stupid Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Every single band you hear on the radio will be in there eventually.
Yeah.
How special is that?
It was special at the beginning.
If you made it onto the radio, you'll be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame someday. That's just how
Once
it works.
that time constraint is up. What is it, 20 years you got to be in the biz?
It's kind of like if you make it into Major League Baseball, you'll be in the Hall of Fame. That's
Really?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Huh?
That happens?
No,
yeah.
of course not. That's
Of course
why
not.
this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is so
It's a
ridiculous.
joke.
It really is a joke. And yes, the rumors are true.
From O&A Pictures comes a story of three friends. We're assholes who all share a common secret.
We have a problem with women.
We hate women, and we butt sex each other.
Hi, I'm Father Frank, and I'm a cocksucker.
Living in a world that doesn't understand.
We have the effect of Tylenol PM. We stink.
Bye-bye.
Join them as they travel to a remote Wyoming mountain to experience trust, friendship, and love.
I love spooning nude with another man.
And the most fabulous disco music this side of the Rockies.
Break out the rubber gloves.
Pound, 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 pound.
I'm just going to keep pushing.
We pounded for 2 hours. We just pounded each other's ass.
Brokeback Disco.
What do you guys say we show a little bit of program unity and I'll go to the men's room together?
Jimmy's taking a dump. I got to pee. There's only one toilet. Open up your legs, Jimmy.
That's right.
Putting the home in Homo.
Can I suck your cock?
You grab the shaft, make sure you get a handful of hair, and yank up and down.
Coming soon.
The one guy's laying back, the one guy's blowing them.
Hold on tight, we're going to be wet.
To a bathhouse near you.
Strap it on and stick it square up your ass with a Frederica Bimmel.
Jesus, Opie has a body on him.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
Jimmy's here. What, no Ramon? I thought you left the room to call up...
Oh, it's Steve from Yellowstone?
Yeah, well,
yeah, why not? Well, let's get right to it. We got to say hi to Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. Bill, how are you today?
Good morning, Jim. Doing okay, thank you.
Hey, man, it's good to hear from... I don't know if you remember me. I interviewed you back over the summer.
No, I remember.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
It's my low self-esteem. I didn't think you would remember me.
Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, first, congratulations.
Unforgettable little creep that Jimmy is.
Yeah. I kind of creeped him out, but he was a gentleman. Congratulations on the induction, man.
Bravo.
Oh, cheers, yeah, thanks.
How do you feel about it? Like, is it kind of, do you feel bittersweet, or are you thrilled about it, or are you like, it's about time?
I'm bittersweet behind it, yeah. I'm glad that it's happening, but I can't. I don't know. I kind of think that there's some kind of, we found out that we were getting inducted like 1 week after we got back from the UK Hall of Fame, So I don't know. I don't know. It's just me, I guess it's the way that I am,
What made you feel better, UK Hall of Fame or this one?
Well, the UK Hall of Fame kind of came as a major surprise, but it was really nice. I mean, it was just a really good experience, as I'm sure tonight will be as well. I don't want to, brag off the Hall of Fame, but it just seems ironic that we just now got inducted, right. We just literally got the word. I think we did the Hall of Fame in England, November the 15th, I think it was. And like literally about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, the Hall of Fame in the U.S. Let us know that we were going to be inducted this year. But we're alongside another band. Is it Leonard Skinner?
Yep.
That I believe we've both been nominated the same amount of times. So in that sense, I guess it's. I don't know. I somehow think that Black Sabbath ought to have gone in a little earlier than it has,
Absolutely. How many times have you been nominated?
I think it's 9 times or 8 times. I'm not sure. 8 or 9 times.
Did you? Was there any thoughts from you guys of not showing up to it? Was there one party that said, look, I'm not even showing up for this crap?
No, I think everybody's been, at least this time around, since we found out we've been inducted, everybody's been. As far as I know, everybody's been okay, wanting to, come and do it, and, with everybody's own personal views of it, of course, But, yeah, I mean, in one sense, it's like, it's great, it's very nice, For me, I just wished it could have, happened maybe a little earlier. But you know what? It's happening now, so, I'm at the same, in that sense, I'm still glad that at least we're going to get into the Hall of Fame, I guess, and whatever goes with that, So
yeah, it's a resume stuffer, for your next
yeah,
gig.
that's well.
You go. Hey, look, I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so it's like okay.
What does the band? Because you got Metallica is going to be the band that kind of brings you in.
Yeah.
Do you guys pick who does that, or is that the Hall of Fame?
No, that was the Hall of Fame that designed that. Yeah.
You have any kind of relationship with Metallica at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. We've known them for years,
Yeah, that seems like a band you guys should know.
We know Metallica. I think probably before they made the first record.
When they were little kids.
Yeah, when they were little kids.
Snot-nosed little bastards, right?
Yeah.
Hey, are they playing, or are you guys playing, or both?
It's my understanding that Metallica are playing, but Sabbath I don't believe are going to be playing. So At least that's what I know this morning.
You know what songs they're going to be doing?
Yeah, I said Lars was doing. They're going to do Sabbath songs.
Yeah, but I.
Oh yeah. Hopefully.
What are the odds of James doing "It's All Right"?
Oh, I don't know. Probably like 9 million to 1 or something. I would think.
You know what they're playing or no?
Yeah. No, I don't know. No idea.
I'm really happy for you guys. As much as I kind of hate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because I've been screaming about them for years, how they seem to induct, what's kind of mainstream popular. But, I mean, you guys have influenced more bands than anybody. There's not one band who's in heavy metal or any type of metal that would not count you guys as a major influence.
Well, I can appreciate that comment. Yeah, I that statement. That's why sometimes it's kind of like a bit, it's like, hang on, guys, we were kind of at the beginning with all this, it's like, maybe, like I say, maybe it would have been nice to have gone in earlier, maybe on the second or the third nomination. But, I don't know, it tells me that there's some kind of corporate kind of messing around at some level, that's gone on in all this.
Well, you guys have always been like a dark horse as far as like the critics and stuff like that. I mean, what you think it's because of where you came from, your point of view, or the critics never seem to like love you guys as great as you were?
Well, that's true. I don't know why. They just I have no idea why. I probably had a clue a few years ago, but these days, it's like, really, I don't really care,
yeah, you just pass a point and go, fuck it.
And more, literally. But more so, I think these days it's like, we seem to get, we have been given a lot of credibility, especially in the last 10 or 15 years. But I put a lot of that down to, a lot of the bands, that have become extremely popular in hard rock or in metal or hardcore metal or, and they basically have talked about Black Sabbath as their influences.
Mm-hmm.
So those bands have helped to revive or almost make sure that that the beginning of all this is, right from the early 1968 has been, kind of put in its right shape, if you like, in our history, in the history of metal.
The overwhelming evidence, it seems, by the bands, you mean, like, 'cause most of these critics are dopes. They wear a suit jacket with the shirt buttoned to the very top button, but no tie, and the thick glasses, and they're more like, INXS fans. They don't seem like they're more Sabbath fans, and maybe the overwhelming evidence from bands finally woke them up a little bit.
Well, I think so. I think everybody's kind of, again, I put it down to the bands, and I think a lot more journalists these days are giving it a lot more credibility. I guess history or hindsight has kind of gone, you know what, this isn't going to go away. so it gets a lot more credibility now than it certainly used to do. That.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought of themselves as too cool for the room to really dig you guys. A lot of the writers, and that probably helped.
Yeah, well, that would happen too, and it's true to say as well. Sometimes maybe we might have felt like we were too cool for the room as well, to put it around the other way. Although I think our band's pretty down to earth, to be honest with you. I mean, we pretty much, on the ground floor, so to speak, because it's so that kind of thing, that kind of attitude or way of life, if you like, shows up in our music. It's very much, it's like, it's just real. It's raw,
Bill, you do a radio show too, man. Where do you do your show at? Where can people hear your show?
We're out of, you know what, I don't even know the numbers. You can find out the information on billward.com. But we go out of Cerritos College, and, we do every kind of like every third Saturday for 2 hours. And I'm starting a new show. I'm doing a classic rock as well, classic rock show, as well as all my hardcore stuff, because it's basically just hardcore with, Shadows Fall, Nemec, Lamb of God, all the guys in Flames, Soilwork, Slipknot, I love all those bands, so we play them each month.
And speaking of Shadows Fall, by the way, the drummer Jason, I kind of know, and I saw him recently, and he was just raving about you.
Oh, Jason's fantastic. Yeah, Jason Bittner. He's fantastic. You know, and but talking of hardcore bands, did you hear the new In Flames album? Did you hear that yet?
Mm-hmm. I listen to nothing but Sabbath. You don't understand. If it's not you guys, I don't acknowledge it existing. The only other band I'll listen to is cover albums. The guys that do Sabbath tributes, that I'll enjoy.
And
okay.
Jimmy's such a huge fan, Bill, that he's very, very sad today. He's not going to tell you, so I will tell you. He really, really wanted to be there today, and all his connections kind of dried up. He had a lot of people going. Yeah, I'll take care of you. I'll do this. I'll make it happen. And now it's finally here. He's been looking forward to this day for years, and he's not going.
Yeah, and he's got to sit and not be there. Poor little bastard.
We're working on. I'm a comic. I have the same agent as Metallica and Blondie, and they're going, wow, we don't know. It's like it's when you're not the big breadwinner, nobody gives a shit.
Huh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that.
See, there
I know. At least Bill's honest. Like, hey, well, tough for you,
Bill. He's not very big. Can he just sit on your lap for the ceremony?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I don't mind. You know.
Yeah. See,
I'll just put on a little Waldorf Astoria outfit and fetch you guys beverages. I don't have to get paid. I'll just be like a little houseboy. You guys have a greatest hits CD coming out too. I guess. Do you know what's on that?
Who's that?
You guys have don't you guys have a greatest hits CD, or was I misinformed?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But you're asking the wrong guy, because I'm usually the last to know about shit like that.
Oh, okay.
I've no idea.
He knows when a check comes in.
You know,
it's like, okay, I endorse it here.
I thought we'd done that one years ago, the greatest hits one. You know, So I don't know. I know that these keeps regurgitate. I can't even say it. Forget about that. But I was looking for that word. But you know, I don't know. You've stumped me. You've put me into cold area.
Are you going to be in New York for a little while? Or are you going back immediately?
No, I've got to go back. I've got to go back in the morning, back home to LA, and then it's a really busy week. So I'd like to be. You know.
I'd like you to be, because I'm doing comedy shows, so I'd love you to come to one. But it would probably be too nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I'd just bomb in front of you anyway. How embarrassing would that be?
Oh.
One of my heroes just eat my balls.
Stop.
Do you work at that Gotham Club? Is it the Gotham Club or?
No. That's funny. That's the one comedy club I won't work at in New York.
Oh, really?
I was doing a Leno. I had a set on Leno, and I was warming up for it. And all the clubs were very, very good about letting me go on, because it was a 5-minute set. And the one that gave me a hard time was Gotham. So the Comedy Cellar in the Village is the best club in the city.
Okay.
And Jimmy holds a grudge like the Jewish Defense League.
Yeah, I really don't forget easily.
No, he doesn't.
Why did you ask about that one? Had you gone there?
No, but I've heard about it, and I just wondered. It just popped right up on the radar, you know.
Yeah, Comedy Cellar in the Village is the best one. If you want to go, it's on McDougal Street in the Village.
And Jimmy will get you a seat there, my friend.
I certainly will. And chicken wings or whatever else you like. I have nothing to offer, Bill Ward. I just want to give you something, because you've given me so many years of happiness. I can give you some wings and as many Diet Cokes as you like, and free admission to see my mediocrity. I have nothing to give this man.
I'll go with the Diet Coke, yeah.
All right. Well, Bill, I'm so happy for you guys. Even though to me the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is whatever it is, just to see you guys getting some recognition that you deserve, man. I mean, I really, really love you.
Well, thank you. I think that's really nice, especially first thing on a Monday morning. It sounds real nice.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you. No, it's appreciated. You know, I think once it's over and done with, it will kind of sink in maybe a month or two. You know, it's not something that's kind of like instantaneous. You know, I think it'll be believable when. Maybe in a month or two, it'll just be like, oh, wow, we did get inducted, finally.
Hey,
what it means for me, is like, it's not necessarily about me personally, but what it means is, for me, is that it's like reinstating or helping to continue to open a give an opening into the Hall of Fame, hopefully for other metal bands that are coming in. You know, I mean, there's a lot of metal bands that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
This is going to open the door for other bands. That's pretty obvious.
So, you know, I'm hoping that you know, this will help. You know, even though I know that AC/DC went in there, and you know already, you know we know them guys too, and you know, but you know the which I thought was great. You know, it's like, okay, you know, fair dues. But yeah, I'm that's kind of where I'm at with it. You know, just for the sake of metal music, or you know, the attitude of metal music, or hard rock. You know, and there's a lot of good hard rock bands in there as well. So, so it's just a continuance of music history. You know, that's kind of where I'm coming from with this. But go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. I was just wondering what the band is going to give the actual Hall of Fame. Because don't they ask you guys for something?
You mean in the way of possessions?
Yeah.
Memorabilia,
whether
things
it's
like that,
something
yeah.
you wore in concert, or, you know, they always try to figure something out.
Well, you know, for me, I gave them the top of the flight case that's been around for about 30 years.
Wow.
And what's written on there is, well, that was one of the items. There's several items. But that was one of the items, was the top of one of my drum cases that had fallen apart. And it just says Bill Ward, Black Sabbath, Aston, Birmingham, which is exactly, you know, where we came from.
Jimmy is getting hard, Bill.
Oh, he would love to have that on his wall.
Any Sabbath history, you don't understand, it just pleases me. It just really pleases me. It pleases me that you guys are still doing gigs together, man. I mean, I've been a fan for so many years, and then about 99 you start headlining Ozfest again, so I finally got a chance to see you. And it's amazing how these guys, after 30-something years, you can still follow anybody. There's nobody that goes on before you that gives you guys a problem after. It's unbelievable.
Bill, could you walk around your house and just find something you can mail to Jimmy? It would really make his day.
It doesn't have to be anything special. Socks, anything, a plate you're finished with.
I'll find something for you.
Maybe a shirt that you haven't worn in so long it's at the back of your drawers or something.
Yeah, some awful liquor shirt that some dumb company. We get sent us swag all the time we never use.
But make sure it has a sweat stain or something, you know, so it looks legit.
You're going to make you sound creepy. I'm not that creepy. It doesn't have to have a sweat stain.
The funny thing is, if you really sent just some piece of garbage from your house, Jimmy would, cherish it for the rest of his life.
Dude, I'm not weird about that. If you have any trash, I'd frame it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll tell the wife. No, I'll tell the wife to send you up there the new trash. No,
we're gonna
you
give
know
you
what? No, I'll send you something. I will. I'll do that. I'll have Lisa send something up to you.
BillWard.com. And when is your next radio show people can check out? Is there a way for them to check that out on the web?
March 25th. March 25th, it's a hardcore show all the way through.
And you guys do have a Greatest Hits CD coming out. Our producer just informed us. It comes out tomorrow. It's Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits. I wish I knew what's on it, from 70 to 78. So, obviously before the, just the old album stuff.
Well, it's going to be, Black Sabbath, NIB, Wizard, War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man, Sweet Leaf. I think Children of the Grave's going to be on there. And one of my favorite songs, Changes, Snowblind,
Probably close to the same one that was released last time, but you know what? Buy it anyway, because I know I'll go out and grab it just to do it. Because probably the label wants to capitalize on the induction and the press around it, and they should. Good.
Hole in the Sky, nice choice there. Huh?
Really nice.
Yeah, Dirty Woman, Never Say Die, Rock and Roll Doctor.
Hey, if there's one song you guys could play live that you don't play live anymore, what would it be?
Yeah, if there was one song we could play live
that you haven't done live in many, many years,
it would be Symptom of the Universe.
God damn it, yes. They did a little tease to that when I saw you guys.
Damn it, yes.
You don't understand. That's exactly the choice I would have made. I really fucking love Bill. He makes me really happy. All right, Bill, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for calling in today, man. I know it's a big day for you, and you just don't know how happy you made me and the show by calling in, man. And please come in next time you're in New York.
All right. Thank you, Jim. I'll see you around. I'll have Lisa send you something nice, okay?
Thanks, man. We really love you.
All right, we love you too.
Take care, Bill.
Bill Ward, everyone. Thanks, Bill. There he goes.
Guy's a legend.
He's the greatest guy,
Rock
man.
and roll legend.
The nicest, most unassuming guy.
All right. Very good, Jim. You did a good job there.
Yes.
And you still don't have a ticket. I tried.
No, I know.
Oh, my God. How uncomfortable was it when he goes, and Jimmy doesn't have a ticket, and he goes,
okay.
If that spoke volumes. He might as well have said, well, don't expect me to do shit.
But that's what Bill Ward should say. He's one of the four. But when your agency kind of says that to you, that's where it kind of hurts your feelings a little bit. It doesn't hurt when a guy who really doesn't know you.
You're on the phone with the guy who's going to be right there.
But you never know.
And where's your seat?
He might have an extra ticket in his back pocket and go, blah, blah. Is
You ever have extra
extra
tickets and you go into a sold-out event or something that we were doing or anything, and people are like, oh, can I get in? You're like, no, there's no tickets. No, I can't do anything.
Do you understand, though, that Bill didn't know there was a greatest hits CD coming out tomorrow?
Yes.
These guys just show up. They just show up.
They're past that point.
Oh, my God. Since 1980, he's been done with
where they
that.
have to deal with people like you.
Just shows up. He shouldn't have. I should actually ask him for a ticket in person, and he should spit and get some on me and keep walking, and that would be fair.
Then try to clone him through his spit DNA.
And make a little Bill to hang out with and chat with. What a sweet guy, man.
A lot of people commenting that there was some kissing going on. Some ass kissing.
Oh, really?
Gee, you think?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm biased. Yes. He could have talked about anything, and it would have made me happy.
Yeah,
yes.
It did.
And he's a nice guy. He's not a pompous ass like a lot of the modern-day musicians with their fucking social messages. He's just humble and happy.
And why didn't you tell him that they're telling us you have to go?
Just because he was talking for we had him on for 20 minutes.
You have special rules for your heroes.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely do.
All of a sudden he goes, well, we'll let you go.
I think that was the perfect time.
Yeah, man.
He
just wanted to say hello. I was happy he called. And he actually stayed on longer than I thought he would. And I was glad he called in.
Oh, this is smart. Let's go back to Mike in Wisconsin. Mike.
Hey, man, I got water leaking in the basement.
What happened?
I think I hit something with my AR. Man.
See, you shot it around through the floor, which was safe because you didn't shoot it through the wall, but you hit a pipe?
I think so. I went down there, and then there's water all over the floor, and then I just came back up and was looking at you guys, man, because you guys, you're the shit.
Why don't you turn your main off, sir, and find where the water's leaking from?
I rent. I don't care.
Holy shit.
You're shooting a gun off in a rental?
Oh, yeah.
Guy's great.
I would do that in my
What a
own home.
lunatic.
So it looks like you hit a pipe, huh?
Yeah, and I hit my big screen, too.
No way.
Yeah, seriously, I'm going to, try it. No, my thing won't freaking reach over.
Do you see the hole?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you see the hole in your big screen?
No, it's. I think it's because it was a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
It, expanded and everything, and just went all over the damn place.
Yeah, a little piece might have.
Different splinters on the damn.
Now, can you put on some boxer shorts and bring that gun into the bathroom and then collapse against the toilet?
Not today, man. I love you, Jimmy.
I love you, mister.
It does look like the older brother in Weird Science.
Yeah.
Man. That's hilarious.
A nice,
there's
greasy
water. My whole
pork
basement is leaking. It's hilarious.
Yeah, get some pictures of that and send it in. We'll throw it up on the website.
Oh,
All right,
okay,
Mike.
man.
Good
All
luck
right,
to
man.
you.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Bill. I love you.
Let's go to Joe in Jersey. Joe, what's up?
Hey, the best way to sum up what Sabbath's all about during the Dehumanizer tour, the beginning of the friggin' concert, there's no effects, there's no nothing. Just Tony Iommi walks out on stage, his guitar's on a chair, he picks it up, and he just starts playing Mob Rules. It just shows what Sabbath's all about. No bullshit, no effects, just fucking the music.
What Dehumanizer was? That was with Dio, I think, right? Like 95?
The 92. I think me and you are the only Dio friggin' Sabbath fans on the planet. you
Dude,
know?
I love Dio. He's the only other Sabbath. Ozzy said that when he was in studio. He said the only other Sabbath was with Dio. And Ronnie James Dio is fucking amazing. I hope he shows up today. I don't think he will.
Yeah, except the midget wanted money from Ozzy songs, didn't he?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that little fella. I met
Yeah,
him
he
once and I
wanted-
wanted to kiss him. He's elfin.
I know.
Hey,
All right, man.
You
Peace
know,
out, guys.
we know the NYPD. They might be able to get you in there today, Jimmy.
Very possible, but I mean, they won't have
I wouldn't be
badges and
surprised
stuff.
that some of our guys are not, doing security for the whole thing.
You're probably right, but those guys may have a certain protocol they have to follow, where you might need badges and stuff and laminates to walk around, and without a police uniform. Unless they'll give me one like Rocco had in The Godfather. If I could have a...
Jimmy's like a little kid today. We got to get this done somehow. We have to get
I
this
would
done.
love to get that done.
And to the guy who said I was a spoiled brat, I understand that thing. I am grateful that I've gotten to meet these guys. I have gotten to interview them, which is all thanks to this show. And I am forever grateful for that.
Yes.
But when you have an event like this where the whole band's going to be there, it's very rare that this entire group of men is in one area. It just doesn't happen. That's why it's important.
Jimmy, with all due respect, it's a little creepy, though.
Why?
Because we all have our favorite bands, but you're the obsession. I want to.
Yours is like a 12-year-old boy.
I want to get in. I want to get into it someday. I mean,
Yeah.
I got rock heroes without a doubt, but there's something about Black Sabbath in you. Like, did they get you through like tough times, or like it goes further than most fans?
I'm just one of those guys. I'm just a loyal, which it works against me because I'm anal about new things. But I'm fiercely loyal to things that I love, and that's it. And I mean, I'm that way with Kiss. I'm that way with this show. I'm way with them. I'm just things I love. I never stop loving.
When I get into arguments, like Nirvana's one of my biggies, right? And someone's Nirvana stinks and whatever. You know, I'll argue with them a little bit, but it doesn't affect me on a level like it does you when someone tells you like Sabbath sucks or
like
Ozzy's
personal, like
overrated.
you're insulting his dad.
Oh, he will like pretty much kill for Sabbath.
But don't forget, Nirvana is a band you discovered in adulthood. Had I discovered Sabbath, I probably would still go, wow, they kick ass. But I mean, I've liked them since, 37? Since I was since the early 80s.
But I was a fanatic Who fan when I was like a kid and growing up and
Who
stuff
wasn't?
like that.
Except for Jimmy, you know.
Except
We
Jimmy,
get it.
yeah.
Who. We get it.
But
See,
I was
that
fanatic.
doesn't piss me off. It's like, all right, whatever.
But as I
you
grew,
missed the boat on the Who. What can I tell you?
As I grew up, that kind of went, to the wayside. Other bands took their place.
Sure.
And there was a point though when I was like, I don't know, maybe 13 or 14, that the Who was huge to me. And the Who's friggin' denim jacket with the Who on it and the whole thing. And if anyone said the Who sucked, you get in a fight with them and shit like that. That's great for a young teen.
Right.
But Jimmy.
Well, you know what it is, too? Like, certain bands, I think the thing with, at least for myself, that Sabbath connects with, is there's such a personality thing with Ozzy as the frontman. There's such a fucking connection as a frontman, whereas the Who, Daltrey, I mean, look, Ferris Fair was great.
Daltrey was a
great.
huge frontman.
And so was Plant. But there's just something gritty and raw, and you connect with about Ozzy, or at least that's what most connections with. There was something really raw about Sabbath that you just didn't find with other bands. I don't know. I haven't found.
Raw,
Maybe
I'll give you that.
There are Zeppelin fanatics that love them as much as I love Sabbath. Sure.
Did you support Ozzy through his poofy hair days?
When he looked like Bette Midler, when fucking Ozzy wore those awful long sequin things and had his toenails painted black and released Doves and did a shot in the dark video,
right?
I went, God damn it! I still want to hold you. I was
really?
Of course,
but
I knew it was.
Now more than ever.
In hindsight, it's bad.
But it
at
hurt
the time,
a little bit, didn't it?
No, I'll tell you why.
Because I've been a U2 fan. That's my band. I mean, I never stopped, loving U2. And when they put out what was the album, the pop album, which was like that whole disco-y album, it was tough to admit that I was a U2 fan still. But we got through it, and now they're rocking again.
But at the time that Ozzy did that, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't as bad.
It fit into the moment,
and he was surviving. Like a lot of bands, don't forget, died and never made it through. Ozzy has survived from '68 and all in Sabbath all the way through now, and you got to change a little bit.
What was going on there was the whole hairband phenomenon.
Yeah.
So he decided, all right, I'll poof up the hair a little bit. I'm not going to wear the fucking makeup.
Hire some young guns to play with them.
Yeah, like they were wearing the makeup. They all looking like girls. He maybe would throw a little bit on. To highlight his eyes.
Just a little bit, to make them darker and more alluring, and it worked.
But when your favorite band goes through those stages, you're like, oh.
Sure.
Oh, what?
Yikes.
Oh, no.
And Sabbath went through them. Look, there were times where Tony Iommi, there was called Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi. He was the only thing that kept the band going. Ozzy was doing his thing. Bill and Geezer were gone. So, I mean, there was times where Sabbath did not feel like Sabbath, obviously.
I was a big Rush fan for a while, and when they did that whole rap tune, I'm like,
what God damn, that was awful.
What rap tune? I don't remember that.
Everyone felt there was a portion of the 80s where everyone felt they had to put a rap part in their song.
Roll the Bones,
hip.
right?
Roll the Bones. Where's the rap part?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the song.
Oh, it's so awful.
I don't talk about Rush much, but I've seen Rush easily 10 to 12 times.
Really?
And I even
Huge Rush fan.
And I even saw Rush during those days, and they actually played that live, and I was just like, douche chills. Douche chills.
Stop with the
what are you
fucking
doing?
rapping.
You're a band that has massive albums and hits out there. You didn't have to go down this road.
This.
You didn't have to go.
You want to go see Rush? I'll talk to my agency.
Listen.
No, I don't care anymore, to be honest with you.
The facts. No zodiacs, Robin acts, no maniacs, polyester slash relax. Wanna kick some hideous smacks. It's a parallax, you dig? You move around on this floor, gets big, it's a rig, it's action.
This is Rush, believe it or not.
Who's singing?
Who's afraid?
I don't even know who does the rap in this. I don't think that's Geddy Lee.
Of course it's not. It's awful.
Is it, what's his name? What?
Is that Neil Peart?
That was Neil Peart?
Neil? Really?
Whew.
That's bad.
I see the awful, terrible things in my life.
And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous.
Well, you looked ridiculous.
That's the same band that did Limelight. I mean, come on. What are you doing?
And Red Barcata.
You ass.
That was awful.
Good song, though.
People felt they had to put a rap part in the song.
It happens to the best of the bands, though, man. You know. All right. Speaking of music, have you guys checked out the new channel on XM, Big Tracks?
I've had Big Tracks on my preset right over Top Tracks.
What's
and
Big
I've
Tracks?
been sampling it through the weekend.
Big Tracks is classic rock for our generation.
I don't know. I can't understand what the difference is. I like some of the songs that they're playing on it.
It's basically
but what's
music
the
that came
difference?
out in the 80s.
But what's the difference between Big Tracks and Top Tracks?
Top Tracks is everything.
What's
all-encompassing.
All-encompassing of what?
Really big rock songs. Big Tracks is just like from the 80s on.
Yeah, but
our generation.
So Top Tracks is
it's like classic rock for our generation.
Yeah, but Top Tracks plays 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Honestly, it's still a little goofy. These
And
music
Big Tracks
channels.
just plays 80s and 90s.
And then you got
and then
Deep
there's
Tracks.
the 80s and 90s channel. And then but the 90s channel rarely plays cool 90s music. It's usually like En Vogue and shit.
I'm not a big fan of the decade channels at all.
No, I love them. Except
like
the 90s one.
Nope.
I don't mind
Too
the
much,
80s
Too
one.
much shit going on.
But,
too many
but
music forms
they've
going
gotten
on.
better. They've gotten better. I'll argue for them. They've gotten a lot better.
60s, 70s, 80s I like a lot. Like the 70s channel I love.
Yeah.
I just don't. The 90s has got too much weird
90s
club
is too
stuff.
much. Yeah. A lot of dancey shit.
I don't
and
connect
stuff.
to anything in the 90s.
Oh, you don't mind the 70s channel with all the disco mixed in with the really great rock music that
It's
came
fun
out
sometimes.
in that era?
It's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't need all good 70s rock music.
Right.
Sometimes a good goof tune in there is fun. If I want to hear Muskrat Love, it's on there.
Faggot. Holy cow.
Now, sometimes a little nostalgia is fun.
Well, Caddy Jimmy loves the Decades channels, and I have them actually programmed. I have the 60s one programmed in so I could right up to the 90s and see what I like.
That's what I do. I got one of my whole presets are just Top Tracks, Big Tracks, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why would you have all four wasting four things when you could just put it on 60s and then... Because on Caddy Jimmy likes on the steering wheel, I can just go click, 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 and forward. So you hit 60s, that covers all four.
Yeah, but Caddy Anthony has the buttons on my nav right there.
So does Caddy Jimmy, but he doesn't like to reach over.
Oh, I can do it for the steering wheel. I reach over, though.
But not only for one. See, here's the thing. When I'm zipping around town in the Caddy, I like to have. I don't know what Hugo
You
Opie
don't
likes.
deserve a Caddy.
I'm Caddy Jimmy.
You
That's my
don't
name.
deserve it.
Jimmy.
That's my
You
name.
don't deserve it.
That's my
Hey,
name.
Caddy Jimmy's here.
Can't help it. It's my name.
Caddy Jimmy.
Caddy
Can't help it.
Jimmy.
Can't help it. But it's
Is this a new character, Caddy Jimmy?
no, it's just who I am. It's
Who
Catty because I gossip a lot.
Right, you're Caddy. How do the ladies, gentlemen, like it? Hi, Big Johnny. New car.
Hi, Caddy Daddy.
Caddy Daddy.
He's a Caddy Daddy.
Hi, Big Dick Caddy Daddy. No, I don't want them in there getting their stupid sneaker heels all over my windshield.
Hey, do me a favor right now. Go to Deep Tracks. I want to see what song they're playing.
Shit. Deep Tracks.
It's time to just get rid of Deep Tracks. Who's listening?
Deep Tracks?
Let's all be honest
I
with
don't
each
listen
other.
to Deep Tracks.
I was in rock music for many, many years, and I'm like, what? Jethro Tull's playing a spoon for 20 minutes? Who
Do
cares?
you want to hear that? On my other presets, though, I got like Squiz and Lucy.
You got Chill?
Ethel. I don't have Chill on there.
By the way, if John Zellner's listening, or Eric Logan is listening.
Elo, yes.
Chill, Channel 84, a great station. It's all the rage. You need just a taste of hits on there. A taste of hits. Some familiar songs peppered into what you're doing over there.
Was it all like DJ stuff, mixed stuff?
It's just, you're just chilling, you know? You're on your computer, you're chilling, and it's the music in the
Chill.
background. Very kind of hip and modern and not too spacey, with a little bit of a beat at times. Nothing too crazy, though. Nothing too crazy.
I think Than has your answer.
Deep Tracks is playing deep album cuts. Yeah, well, what song?
What song is it?
You have to go to...
Than!
Oh, it's up there. I'm sorry. Okay. No, when I do it, it just pops up on this whole thing. Van Morrison's doing cleaning windows. Actually, that's not him. It's actually him cleaning windows because that's what they that's what they do on Deep Tracks.
What song is this?
Why have Van Morrison singing a really cool song when you could listen to him clean windows?
Oh, my God.
That's a perfect example.
Holy shit.
I've been a DJ since I was, well, if you count the years in my room by myself trying to escape from my miserable childhood, it's about 12 years old, okay? I've never heard of cleaning windows before.
Coming up, Eric Clapton vacuums.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Up next on Deep Tracks.
I wanted
What
to...
is this?
Smell of the baby from across the street. Got in my nose.
This is beyond deep.
Yeah, we carried our letters down the street with the wrought iron gate rose.
The channel should be called Who Cares Tracks.
Wait, they also have Danny Kaye sings in the shower.
Boring. Boring.
You know something? Someone might enjoy this.
You're right, but here's the problem, and this is where you're right. You have to love a band so much. No one loves every band, so the odds of a Van Morrison fan clicking on and hearing this is minute. No one wants to hear Deep Tracks from a band that you don't care about.
But that's what this satellite thing's all about. Look at the variety you get. There's plenty of channels, for God's sake. Someone might enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then the next song, someone else might enjoy that.
Right.
Anthony, I've had XM for about 3 years. I had it way before we even signed with XM, okay?
Yeah.
I haven't enjoyed it once.
Not ever. It's not
And
always.
he's
I
a
go
music
there
guy.
all the fucking time.
Not always about you. Perhaps there's a gentleman out there grooving to that song.
They had Led
I'll
Zeppelin
tell you
the
one
other
thing.
day.
I wouldn't be able to flick past it quick enough.
They had Led Zeppelin the other day.
Yeah.
Ironing.
That I want to hear.
Yes.
That I want to hear. The whole band. Yeah.
That's right.
You know what, though? I'd rather it be somewhere like that on satellite here on XM than I was listening to that fucking Q104, the classic rock station here in New York City.
They're
because
good.
all I had was a regular radio in my bathroom at the old place. So I'm showering, and it's goddamn and the color girls go do for 8,000 fucking times, that billion times that I've heard this song. And then
he's a brilliant entertainer.
No, he's
that
not.
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed sucks ass. And then is there a new Lou Reed album out? Anyone? Because let me tell you something. They played a Lou Reed song that I had never heard, and it was the biggest piece of shit. It went on, Opie, forever. And then there was a part that came up where he's talking, and which he doesn't sing, and then there's this long, droning musical thing. I got out of the shower. I'm dripping and nude, mind you, and I yelled. Yes, Jimmy, I said that for you.
Just water dripping off his hairy
That,
ball bag.
that Italian body just
Oh, of course.
glistening.
All 85 pounds of it.
Yes,
And
shimmering.
And still, my hands are wet, covered in my own semen. No, my hands are wet. And I grabbed the radio, and I actually went, enough! I yelled to myself, nude, in the shower as I turned it off.
And then he looked and realized that it was unplugged the whole time.
Right.
And it was just what he heard in his head. The song was called "The Blacks Are Coming, Dude." The Blacks Are Coming, Dude.
He wasn't even in the shower. He was in his backyard. It was raining.
Yes, that's why he was dripping wet.
Had to get out to his shed.
Standing nude.
For his secret meeting.
Yes.
Gotta build a
He talks to the shadows. His own shadows.
That sounds like a great way of life.
Lou, what are you doing in my backyard?
Right.
Is this... Yeah, okay.
What is this? Oh, yeah,
Music from Beautiful Mind.
Very good.
Yes, I hear this in my head.
Let's go to Peter in Massachusetts. Peter!
Hey, guys, what's
Problems.
Hey, Peter.
Listen, Big Tracks is for fags. They just played Journey faithfully, and then now they're playing Bryan Adams. I mean, come on.
What's wrong with Bryan Adams, dude? You ever hear Heaven?
Yeah, I like to listen to Bryan Adams when I'm fingering my asshole. I mean, come on.
So
All
what?
right.
That's
His
a
preset must be so smelly.
yes.
Deep
What
Tracks
better
is
time
way
to
better.
listen
You
to
can
him?
rock out Deep Tracks. Big Tracks is for
The
fags.
only Bryan Adams song worth listening to is...
Heaven. I love that song.
Cuts like a knife.
69.
Summer of 69.
Oh,
Good
I've
song,
heard
sir.
it 1,000
Very
times.
good, sir.
I can't take the songs I've heard 1,000
Here's
times.
Summer of '69. I was one who gives a shit.
got my first real 6-string. Bought it at the 5 and dime. Heard it till my ears bled.
Shut the fuck. Enough with this song. How many times do we have to hear it?
All right, listen. What'd you do with Parker?
School, had a band and we tried real hard. Oh, did ya?
And one of the guys quit to get married.
Right.
That was a good decision.
I could relate to this man.
That was a great decision on that guy's part.
What did you do with Parker Posey? I fucked her when we 69. Lucky bastard.
Oh, what were they? What were they?
The days of my life.
Yes, they were.
Oh,
yeah.
Gives you goosebumps.
Ooh, I got them.
Me too. They're on my balls, and there's red marks around them.
So when that song's playing, then you remember the best days of your life.
Oh, no, I don't.
Gone by.
She looked up and said, "Hi, Daddy."
I have no respect for the Springsteen of Canada.
I like this song.
The Springsteen of Canada, yeah.
I got a list of...
Wait, Opie.
What?
What are they?
Yeah, man.
I like this song, Ed.
Shut
Let's
up.
sing it together.
No.
Please?
The days when I had no responsibility.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
All right, enough.
No, not enough.
They were young and restless, man. Ugh.
How old is that asshole? He was playing guitar in 69. 90? Jesus.
Really.
Change it to summer of 79, you goose.
Sucking on my mama's tits.
You get more pussy if you change it to summer of 79. Anyway, so Big Tracks is the new channel on XM. It's XM49. We got a sample of, I guess this was 2 hours.
2 hours worth of music?
Yes. Phil Collins, I Don't Care Anymore.
Okay. All right.
Just giving you a feel for what this channel's doing.
Better than that goddamn other one.
What? In the Air Tonight?
In the Air Tonight, enough. You know when I liked that song? When it was the opening for Miami Vice. That was it. When they used it as the commercial promo for Miami Vice before it came on the air.
What, Ben?
The name of the song is In the Air Tonight.
Of course it is, Ben. That's what we said.
That's what he said.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I didn't hear. I was in the studio.
Jesus.
Why don't you just correct him? No, Phil Collins.
I didn't hear you say it.
It was better than that song he sang about being Jewish. Sudya.
Studio was awful.
Horrendous. And his remake of You Can't Hurry Love, his fat Charlie Brown face ought to be slapped on a cock for that.
Take Me Home. There was no jacket required. That was the name of that record.
There you go.
Well, trivia for you, Joe.
I was a huge Genesis fan. As soon as he went solo, ugh.
I can't get a comb through Ben's hair tonight.
Do you have a rake? It's all right.
All right, listen, so... You want to hear the songs they play on Big Tracks there?
Yeah, man.
So it's Phil Collins, I Don't Care Anymore.
Yeah.
Tom Cochran, Life is a Highway.
Life is a Highway. Now, who isn't driving to Life is a Highway?
It's called a good driving song.
Right.
They used to do good driving song weekends.
Yeah.
on rock radio.
That Sausalito song.
The whole weekend of driving songs, man.
Man, we're just driving.
Or songs about the road.
Right.
Did that too.
Driving down Pacific Coast Highway, man.
But that was part of the workforce blocks. 3 songs about driving.
Yeah. Good stuff.
What's a good drive? Is there any songs around driving
Life
that are
is
good?
a Highway.
That's why I hate you. That song, Life is a Highway.
Come on, Jimmy Norden.
Look, it's a feel-good song. Come
Look,
on.
Caddy Jimmy. You're in the caddy.
I would rather be Hit Walt Paralyzed Jimmy. This fucking song is ragefully bad.
Why?
Is Life a Highway?
Isn't it up?
No.
Every time this comes on the radio, you gotta turn up the volume.
No, you don't.
Come on.
No, you don't.
Look, I'm driving. I'm turning it up a bit. There it is. That's a good volume. And I can sing to it. Unless somebody passes me by, then I make like I'm coughing. I want to be embarrassed.
This fucking song is terrible.
You don't like this?
Wait for the hook, man. Wait for the hook.
Yeah.
It's all about the hook.
Then everybody sing.
Yeah.
Everybody! Highway! I'm riding all night long. Come on, Jimmy. Sing.
Sing, Jimmy.
Die on the highway. This song eats my ass, and it's 3 minutes too long.
By the way, this just in. Tom Cochran going to the induction ceremonies today.
Ah,
Is he? Yep.
Lucky him.
Figures Tom Cochran.
Jimmy made a little mistake with Parker Posey, apparently.
Why? I heard that she was dating Bryan Adams.
All right. Jared from Cleveland.
Hey, I just wanted to correct little Jimmy. Parker Posey never fucked Bryan Adams. She fucked Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Oh,
Isn't that
yeah.
that limey?
Sorry about that.
No. He's American. He's from, like, the Carolinas.
Do you know? Here's how I found out they were dating. That's my fault completely, obviously, because
Yes, sir.
it seemed like an odd. I was in a record store with Colin Quinn, a DVD store recently, maybe 6 months ago, and Colin just doesn't shut up when you're out with him. He just yaps. He makes everyone uncomfortable. And the guy behind the thing was saying, "Yeah, Parker Posey was in here with Brian." I guess he said Ryan Adams.
Ryan
I thought he said
Adams
Bryan
thinks Brian.
So all this time,
And
I was
America-
thinking that he was banging her.
I thought that was a little odd.
All right.
And America's not smart enough, man. Here's a guy, Ryan Adams. He's got what it takes finally to be a big hit in music, and he assumes that people aren't going to make the mistake between him and Bryan
Oh,
Adams.
Bryan Adams.
Change your fucking name.
Change your name.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what David Bowie's name was?
Parker Posey even did back from the album.
Wait, I do know that.
Shit.
Davy Jones. David Jones, right. But he changed it to David Bowie because he knew you can't be Davy Jones. There's only one Davy Jones. Right?
Yes.
Let's go to Anthony on Long Island.
My showbiz name is going to be Petey Pendergrass.
Girl,
No.
look what
Wow.
you've done to me. Me and my whole world.
You got a name
right?
already.
Can you please car crash me on Pete Pendergrass?
All right.
Thank you.
But you got a name already.
How fitting.
You got an entertainment name.
Norton, right?
No, Caddy Jim.
Caddy Jim.
Caddy Jim is my fucking weekend hang name. I don't do that. That's not my showbiz name. Caddy Jim is when I put my golfing tango on. And I have the windows down.
Oh, I could picture it.
And I got my left wrist over the wheel.
What part? The wooden part of the steering wheel? The wooden leather?
That's the only part I put my wrist on is the wooden part for a little bit of grip when I turn. My right hand is doing this in my passenger.
Hey,
and she's going, "Oh, Caddy Jimmy."
That's great.
Anthony on Long Island.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hi. That's me,
Hey,
too.
man, quick question, all right? If you listen to the Boneyard, what bands do they friggin' play? Because I haven't heard of one of these bands, maybe one or two.
Dude, I got to disagree. I love.
No.
I love
I'm
the
with this
Boneyard.
guy. One of my guilty pleasures is the stupid hair band era because that's when I was really starting to make it in the radio world. I played all that shit on the radio. Okay, I tune in. What's it called again?
Boneyard.
Oh yeah, Boneyard. I tune in that station, and it's another one I get frustrated by on XM. So frustrated. I just want to hear one hit every once in a while.
Oh, let me answer your question real quick.
What?
You ever listen to, like,
Dude, hold on. I love Boneyard. I really do.
See, we work for XM.
I know that. I know
Like
who
they-
we work for. I
Wait,
know
dude,
who
hold on.
we
They had. I listened last. I turned yesterday. They had Motorhead. It was like fucking. You never hear
They
Motorhead
go
on the radio.
too deep
Do they?
on a lot of these
That's the
channels.
best part of
But you don't need to
the
go deep
platform.
if regular radio's not playing these genres to begin with. That's my whole argument that I've had with XM
Ace of
since
Spades.
I
They
started
could play.
here.
You mean. They could play Ace of
It's
Spades.
like why do you have a hair band type channel and you play more obscure shit than hits? Play hits and get deep at times. That would be perfect.
But they can afford to have 2 channels dedicated to that.
What are you talking about?
Like have some kind of deep shit like that a few people will enjoy, and then have
if
the
they
hits.
had, if the Boneyard played nothing but hits, I'd be so happy. But I understand that would be a little too crazy. But somewhere in the middle is where you want to be. To stop with
Man,
the
how
being
hard
too
is
cool
it
for
to
the
add
room
another
shit.
Channel?
Huh?
How hard would it be them just to add another fucking channel?
Well, bandwidth things. So they have to. They can't just add channels. It does take a lot goes into it.
I am not a fan of let's be too cool for the room shit. I'm not. When satellite first started, there was that's the first people getting the satellite radio was because they were too cool for the room and they wanted some obscure shit. But now it's become a little more mainstream, so you have to adjust accordingly. I'm not saying turn into commercial radio where it's a whole bunch of hits, but
Yeah.
a nice balance. hits with
No,
some
you're
deep
absolutely
tracks
right.
from the bands you like.
That's why when I hear like Bay City Rollers, I want to hear SATURDAY night.
Right.
I don't want to hear some of the deeper cuts from the Bay City Rollers.
You don't want to hear
Rollers.
Tuesday.
Right. Right.
I do.
Which they did, I guess.
I am amazed you knew another song by
Absolutely.
MLB. You scared me there. That was my point.
I loved Woody.
Wow.
He was my favorite Bay City roller.
Really, Woody?
Dude, that went right over your head. That was a brilliant joke, and I'm going to acknowledge it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because they did SATURDAY.
Right,
So their
Tuesday.
follow-up hit was Tuesday.
And I had no clue if that wasn't
I
one of
honest
their
to God
songs.
didn't either.
I thought it was.
That's how.
And
That's
I know,
how awful
and
they
I know
are.
it's a hacky joke.
I'm
trust
crashing
me.
you and me and Jimmy because he's in his caddy and he's paying attention to the girl next to him.
No, Caddy Jimmy doesn't hit things. Caddy Jimmy just hits the brakes and glides around.
Glides to a stop.
Man. All right, here we go. Big tracks, XM49. So I'm just trying to give you a sample here, but we stop after every song. So we got Phil Collins, I Don't Care Anymore. These are some of the songs they're playing over there. Tom Cochrane, Life is a Highway. Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Dire Straits, Industrial Disease. Ozzy Osbourne, Flying High Again.
Not only a fine performer, a good song that you never hear on commercial radio, and it's not so obscure that you wouldn't hear it. That was a hit for him as far as Ozzy hits go.
I love Flying High Again, actually.
Great tune.
You know, I heard from Dire Straits on Big Tracks that I like. Remember that song, Roller Girl?
Oh, wow. Very
That
good.
one. That's
Sure.
a good Dire Straits song. Brings you right back to the time, man.
I like the other one. I want my MTV.
No, that one's overplayed. See, that's the one they play all the time.
Money for Nothing, right?
That's the one they play all the time. You never hear Roller Girl.
Don Felder, Heavy Metal. Remember that song?
Yep.
How'd that go? I don't remember that.
I ain't seen
I
it.
don't
Does anybody have a
know
copy?
it either.
You're setting me up.
No, I'm not. I
Derek
actually-
can sing it through his machine. He sings it through his singing machine. It's a wonderful. Derek, sing us a little of that song through your singing machine. Remember this? I don't. No. Sounds like a Yes song. Now you remember. This rocked. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, man.
Did you like it or no?
I really did like this when it came out.
I don't remember it.
It wasn't that bad at all. Also on the list, White Snake, Here I Go. Again,
song.
White Snake
The
is
Cars,
good.
You're All I've Got Tonight. Elvis Costello, Pump It Up. Jackson Brown, Lawyers in Love.
All right, some songs gotta really be bad. That Lawyers in Love song is.
How does that one go?
Yeah.
No,
This,
don't play it.
this
It's
list
so
is like
awful.
a mutual fund. This is a hedge fund. You know, you're going to get your ups and downs, but this all evens it out. In the end, you don't lose money or make
Wait,
money.
Is Lawyers in Love bad?
Oh, Lawyers
I know
in
I've
Love.
heard it.
Jackson Brown is awful. This is Lawyers in Love. I like the yodeling part myself, but it's later in the song. This
is heavy.
Ugh.
I like
Yeah.
I like the punching solo in the middle of this song.
I don't know it.
No one knows the story there? All right.
No, what? Tell me.
Yeah, he beat up, what's her
Daryl
name?
Hannah.
Daryl Hannah.
Did he?
Yeah, he was going out with her and decided to smack her around a bit.
Why? Because she left Charlie Sheen to hang out with Gordon Gekko?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
very
why.
good.
I can't go with you, bud. Her awful acting.
Remember this horrid song?
With the big, huge cell phone on the beach.
Yeah.
That doesn't date the movie too much, huh? Joe Jackson, Is She Really Going Out With Him? David Bowie, Rebel Rebel. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Donnie Iris, Love Is Like a Rock.
Oh, God, remember that one? Okay.
Quarter Flash, Take Me to Heart.
Yeah.
Eddie Money, Shakin' is a cool
Shaken,
song.
they play a lot. I've caught the Shaken too many times. Enough on the Shaken on the big tracks. Pull it out of the rotation a little bit.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Tightrope, Journey, Love and Touch and Squeezing. Remember Rosington Collins, Don't Misunderstand Me?
Oh, there you go.
That's a cool song.
Oh,
Tom Petty, Free Falling.
Oh, is that song awful? He
Shut up.
is unlistenable.
You know, it's they call it classic rock for our generation. You realize
Yeah.
that our generation really didn't get the job done. I
No.
mean, let's be honest.
There's some good stuff, but
Compared to the 70s rock, come on.
Free Fallen is
Asia, Don't Cry.
good song.
Aldo Nova, Fantasy.
ugh.
And Huey Lewis in the News, just a sample of what
We
they're
all
doing on
heard
Big
the Aldo
Tracks.
Nova song,
new
story when they played live, and did that song. They opened with it, did it in the middle, and closed with it.
Really?
Another one of those bands with one hit.
They had another song. What was it? Ball and Chain or something
Yeah.
stupid like that?
And I Want a New Drug, by the way, is the Huey Lewis song.
Yeah.
Monkey on Your Back.
Don't like
I
that,
remember
Huey Lewis?
When I say I want a new drug, I can't tell you how much that song irritates me.
Yeah.
I cannot express to you.
Not one of my favorite Huey songs.
Is there a good
couple
Huey
of-
song? I
there are
want a
couple
new
of
drug.
fun Huey songs. The guy's got a great voice. Yeah.
So
kind of soulful.
So this whole
Soulful.
discussion,
Bubblegum, but
this whole discussion about Big Tracks XM49 leads to something finally. So
Okay.
I'm listening to Big Tracks. I think it was last weekend, and Night Ranger came on with their song "You Could Still Rock in America."
Yeah, man, I remember that one.
And I started contemplating that, going, when couldn't you rock in America?
Was there a point we weren't allowed?
Was there a point where we were actually going to lose the rockin' in America?
Or is it saying that in America you could always rock, but in other places you no longer can? That's like saying you
what
can
I'm
still
saying.
smoke indoors in Ohio.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, maybe if we hear a little of it, we'll find out.
So
Is
I was
that
like,
the live version?
Here it is. Yeah, I was just contemplating and thinking it over. You could still rock in America.
No,
what does that actually
Who is this?
mean?
Night Ranger?
It was Night Ranger, right?
Or the other incarnation with
Brad Gillis on guitar. He took over for Randy after he died.
Yeah. I get this confused with Damn Yankees.
What year did this come out? Were the Russians ready to
I will
take
say
over?
80. No, later than 83.
84.
80. Hold it.
I'll go 84.
80. It's 85? I'll say 87. 87.
Ooh.
Give me a goddamn date. Jesus.
Ooh. But what are they trying to say? Whoa. And was this song in one of the Rocky movies or something?
I don't think so.
It should have been. It's awful.
You can still rock in America.
Well, of course you can.
Yeah.
But they made it a big deal, like we fought some crazy war in the middle of the 80s, and we got our rock back.
The Rock Wars?
Yes. We got our rock back.
And some guy with spandex with bandanas tied around it won for us.
Right.
Shitheads.
What year is it, Sam?
Huh?
84? Steve's a twit.
Steve knows.
Oh, this Steve.
It's 1980.
Steve, what are they trying to say with this song? You can still rock in America.
Well, you can.
It was 1984, so politically, was it a crazy time?
Apparently, you couldn't rock in 1984. You could suck.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I think what they're saying is, I don't know and I don't care.
Should I?
Well, you know what? The punk movement, I think it hit. So.
Oh, okay. Let's see what they're getting out of. Right, 84 now.
Right.
Oh, no, I don't get it.
Okay,
Steve.
fine.
Sorry.
I was reaching.
I like the fact that you're wearing your sunglasses on top of your head. It's a very, very Hollywood thing.
Thank you.
I want to pick up this chair and remove them.
I'd like to see you try.
Good point.
Oh, wow.
That's a no.
Haha, he got you.
He certainly did.
All right, enough
Hot,
of this.
cold, or just right? How do you like your porridge? Question.
No, it
Just
should
right?
be after you kill a girl. How do you like her to be when you fuck her?
Creep. Just asking, sir. Question, sir.
Also, before we go to break, I want to call someone out here.
Steve, one of my favorite people here.
Opie, I swear to God, I
Thank
didn't
you, man.
Like Steve.
Let's see.
Yes. We all love Steve.
Ooh.
Especially you.
Ooh, I got an email from someone, and they say they love me.
Oh, Elo.
That's nice.
And then we got a.
I had to call Opie out on his abrasive emails this morning in the office.
Well, fuck everyone, man. I'm pissed off at
I
everybody.
had to call him out on his abrasive emails to management. Like, maybe, if there's a problem in the studio, it can be addressed in a civil tone on an email, because they instantly get defensive. There's been a problem with the sound of the show over the past week. I noticed, and a lot of other listeners noticed, that Patrice, who is normally loud without a microphone, was buried in the mix. I was booming, and Opie volume was pretty good, but the show wasn't mixed right. And Opie inquired as to this with a
can someone please tell me if any of the fucking bandwidth has been cut from our show, and then start speculating what would happen if it is bandwidth. Because if it is, I'm motherfucking... And I saw 3 responses from Elo where he got so defensive, like, hey, I'm in charge of the bandwidth, and I would know if no one else adjusts bandwidth but me.
By the way, I CC'd the entire world.
Yeah, with everyone CC'd also.
Well, let's go.
I just got to watch that bout.
This is my impression of
answer to it.
Everyone at XM, open. What a dick.
I know. Well, that was the point I was making.
But see,
is everyone gets so defensive.
I haven't figured it out yet. I don't give a shit who thinks I'm a dick.
But they don't do anything. I think of it in these terms. If I get an email from anyone, or if anyone talks to me or brings something up where they need something from me, and they go, Anthony, we got this issue. Maybe we could work a problem, get it worked out or something. I'll go, okay, let me get that. If someone comes up and goes, hey, motherfucker, fix this shit, I will turn around and go, you can go, or I might to your face go, all right, we're working on it. And then I'll turn around and go, go fuck yourself.
You know what, though? It's their job.
Oh, I know.
And in the end, it's a job. And you know where it comes
people
from?
for years have not done their job because they say fuck you, or they do as little as possible for as much as they can
You know
make.
where this comes from? Since I was 18, I've been doing some form of professional radio, okay? And I got walked on for years. Year after year after year. I was actually brought up a very nice guy. You talk to anyone from my past, and they're like, he was the nicest kid in school. He always followed the rules.
Called him Nice Guy Opie.
I'm not even kidding you, man. I was straight A's. You know, I had an 11 o'clock curfew. I didn't dare come in later than that. I was that guy. And year after year, you just get beat up by people that just, you know, taking advantage of you being the nice guy. And one day I woke up and said, you know what? You don't get shit for being a nice guy in this world. You just don't.
That was when you took your first life, right? I remember.
And I changed my whole way of thinking because it wasn't getting me anywhere. I was the Boy Scout. I was the straight A student. I never gave my parents problems. I never gave teachers in school problems. I was that guy. Every job I had, I listened to the bosses even though I knew they were full of shit. Like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And I just got walked on. And finally I said, you know what? I've had it with this nice guy shit.
You were a Boy Scout?
I was all that crap. I
Oh,
went to
boy.
religion camp. I did it all.
Do you still have the
Religion
uniform?
camp.
I went on the religion camp.
Don't bring it up.
I want to see if he still has the uniform.
Yeah,
And if he'd
could you
wear
wear
it.
it?
Actually, I don't know if I made. I was.
Were you a Weeblo?
No, honestly.
The dumbest name to call
Honestly,
a troop of boys.
No,
Very
honestly-
appropriate.
honestly,
pedophiles.
we blow them all.
I got to correct myself. I was a Cub Scout. I never made it to
Ooh,
Boy
that's
Scout.
hotter.
Even cuter.
Because, you know, after being a Cub Scout, you realize this is really faggoty, and, you know, I'd rather play basketball or
Yeah.
something. I mean,
Then get promoted to the Boy
short-
Scouts.
I mean, when you're a Cub Scout, it's cool because you don't know any better.
You're a
But
kid.
then you see the older kids with the same exact fucking baby uniform you're wearing. You're like, you know, there's something wrong here.
baby uniform.
It's awful. Short shorts with a colored scarf. How do you not know that homos just love the Boy Scouts?
But when
They
you're-
should love it.
But when you're 8 or 10, you don't know any better. You're like, it's kind of cool. I get to wear a uniform with my friends and do stupid little things.
Like the Hitler you.
But then you go to like some kind of
It's fun.
Then you go to some kind of campsite, and your little Cub Scout group is over here, and you see the Boy Scouts are much older, wearing the same stuff. You're like, oh boy,
Yeah.
this is how this is going to end. No, I don't think so. It's been a fun summer, but
I'm
I
dropping
I
out.
got to move on to something else.
Dude, what's creepier than an adult who's involved with the Boy Scout? It's like
Yeah.
there's something wrong. Like, you know, I just feel that as a scout, I should be...
It does seem so open to predators and such an invite.
Dude, if you're a pedophile and you don't go to the Boy Scouts, you're a bad
Oh, I'd love to
pedophile.
continue this, but there's cheerleaders on the Regis.
Oh, boy.
I'd love to bash these pedophiles, but there's high school girls on Regis.
Holy mackerel.
Whoa, there they go. Oh,
Hey, speaking of cheerleaders, because now we're
Yeah.
all over the place, and I'll get to my BlackBerry in a second here. Was I the only one that didn't shed a tear when they were pulling that chick off the court in the stretcher?
dude, I
With
wanted
the-
to
with
push
the neck
that
brace?
over. I wanted to push the stretcher over.
Why? Oh, the
How about an
news-
EMT saying, "Stop doing your stupid cheer before you paralyze yourself,
Right.
idiot"? She like hurt
She did
herself.
she did a header.
Did a header right in the
And it
ground.
looked like she was going to be paralyzed, and they get her on a stretcher, and they got her in a neck brace. and it looked like she was going to be okay. And in other sporting events, like it's happened in hockey and stuff, the guy or the football player will give you a little thumbs up, like,
Thumbs
dude,
up.
I'm going to be okay, and it looks like I'm not paralyzed. She started doing cheers as she's, like, strapped down to the board.
She's strapped down,
and the
she's laying
news
there on her
reporting this
back.
like, oh, the feel-good story of the year.
And look at the spirit she is just, and she's doing her little cheers as she's laying flat on her back on a gurney. What an idiot.
I hope she does those little cheers when she can't move below the waist, and there's an orderly just a nice large black orderly opening those stupid turnip root legs.
Ready, and we got turnip legs, yes we do. We got turnip legs, how about you?
Sneakers always look brand new. I can't feel my feet, how about you?
But she starts doing her cheer from the stretcher, and it's just like, ugh.
Just really douche chills.
They had me with the autistic kid coming in and shooting the three-pointers. I was there. I got the moist eyes, yes, I'll admit it. But the cheerleading thing, ugh.
Nah, stupid.
It was
Stop
dumb.
moving.
Dumb.
Be a bone fragment.
Let's go to Bedbug. Bedbug.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, not a lot. What you were saying earlier there, Opie, about nice guys finishing last, I can totally relate. I used to be the same way in school. And 2 bad marriages later, I finally realized, hey, you get what you want in this world, you got to be a real asshole.
That nice shit doesn't get you anywhere in the real world. I'm sorry. I finally realized that. Because there's people out there that just completely take advantage of that. Completely take advantage of
I
it.
agree. I think that's why the show dynamic works so well, especially behind the scenes. We are like a country. I am diplomacy. Opie is the military. Like, I will be the diplomat. I'll be there waiting, talking, doing that, and then all of a sudden, I'm sorry we had to flush the bombers.
Right.
And here they come. Opie, open Bombay doors.
I can write a whole book on being a nice guy in this radio world, Oh, you're going to work Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, Thanksgiving. I didn't celebrate a holiday with my family in probably 10 years. 10 fucking years.
And you call those the happiest years of your life.
And it was because I was a nice guy going, okay, I understand, yeah, I'll work, and they knew I was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was the guy that was never going to say no. So then there was years, I was living in Western New York, and my parents would delay Christmas so we could have Christmas together.
Oh, that's always fun.
They would delay
Make
it.
believe it's still Christmas.
No, it's like December 28th, I finally get to come home, and there's presents still wrapped under the tree. I was that guy forever. Never getting raises and stuff because I didn't raise a stink. Like working my balls off at radio stations, working, no joke, 70, 80 hours a week, doing every job possible, and going home going, oh, fuck, how am I going to eat today? Dragging, like, the pizza, from the lunchroom home with me and stuff when no one was looking. I was that guy. And finally I said, you know what?
Gentlemen.
I finally said, this fucking blows. You gotta speak up.
Yeah.
And boy, did you.
Oh, yeah.
Hello! Attention, motherfuckers!
Wow.
I finally snapped. I'm being honest. But I really was completely different growing up.
But you went from pacifist to the Enola Gay and Anthony show. I never saw the other Ope. I only knew you as...
I'm still,
gunboat diplomacy.
Yes.
To defend myself in my regular life, I am still nice. I'm a nice guy. But when it comes to this, it's all business now. Fuck you. If you can't get the job done, then get someone that can. I don't want to hear it anymore. So this was the email I sent over the weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to go inside the show here. It's right off my BlackBerry. It's pretty much to the entire programming staff of XM.
Everyone's DC.
Subject, channel complaints. And it just simply says, the last 3 or 4 days I've been getting a lot of complaints on the quality of sound on our channel. Please don't tell me that some bandwidth was taken away from the channel! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Now, the please was not a please.
Exclamation point 4.
When I read that please, I'm like, that please isn't a, please tell me. It's, no, please tell me.
It was, I already know the answer to this.
Right. Exactly.
I know bandwidth was taken, motherfuckers, and I dare you to prove me wrong. Bandwidth thieves.
I saw someone with a pocket full of bandwidth run out of this place.
Absolutely, and he had a Shemp haircut.
And you're 100% right, Anthony. I wanted people to sweat when they read that line.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me.
Please don't tell me.
And then it continues, I can tell you this. I can tell you this much. ... Yeah. The channel sounds like shit. And it's much lower than the other channels on the new portable that we received Friday, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
That new portable, which one we get again?
The
3 or 4
I wasn't able to listen to it because it wasn't activated. Every radio they have said is activated has not been activated. And I usually wind up getting so frustrated trying to get it activated for free that I pay for it anyway.
There's portables?
Oh, Jimmy, you should see
It's
the
a
brand new
whole-
little ones that we have. They're beautiful. They
it's
sent
a
two
new
of them.
world out there,
Yeah, they
Jimmy.
sent 2 of them.
Just
one for
curiosity.
me, one for Opie.
That which as they should, but why wouldn't they send 3?
Because you're not as important.
Yeah.
But
to the
I know
show.
that, and we all know that.
And we
by
all know you're
the-
going to leave the show for HBO, so they're like, why take care of them?
We all know that by the. I don't overrate my importance, but a portable unit, I don't know. Could
They
they
really-
You wouldn't want one of those.
All kidding
You wouldn't
aside,
want one.
you really should have got one too.
Right.
They do that
Absolutely.
every
At the
time.
same time that
Absolutely,
we got
Jimmy.
ours.
Like, I don't have to be in the pictures. I mean, you guys know, even off the record, I don't care about that. I
We'd
don't-
rather not have you in the
Well, I don't
pictures,
blame
to
you.
tell
It's just simpler, and it's the way it should be. But when it comes to behind the scenes, if you're sending a portable, you could send me one because I'm going to talk about it. I'm
What
not gonna-
was the reason that there were only 2 sent? I don't get it.
Honestly, because there's
honest,
just not
what
a
was
lot
it?
of them out there.
A lot?
They could
Or
have. They could
3?
have. They could have scraped up another one probably.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you know what? There's a waiting list for these new portables that if you're not on a waiting list, it's going to be a while before you get your hands on them.
Not Jimmy Norton.
Well, he'll get
Patty
one soon.
Jimmy.
I know, but it's just, could they have? Who was in charge of sending them? It just
You know
couldn't
why,
say
Jimmy?
3.
Because you're too nice. See?
I'm not.
Perfect example. When it comes to XM, you absolutely are too nice.
I maybe am.
Either be mean or armed. That seems to be the formula here.
I'm not too nice. It's just,
Yeah.
they could have. Whoever was in charge, you could have fucking thrown 3 in a box. If you have the juice to get 2, you can get 3.
Where's number 3?
Yeah, and if it's something that's O&A exclusive because of who you guys are, that's fine. But you can send 3 instead of 2.
It's Opie and Anthony show.
And I'm onto something
which
with this
we mean
nice thing.
Jimmy Norton gets it too.
I'm onto something with this nice thing.
Oh, by the way, Eric from Whack Bay, stop whining, you'll get your portable unit. That was kind of annoyed typing Jimmy.
All right, listen. You want to hear the rest of this or no?
Yeah.
All right, so it's short, so I'll start over. The last 3 or 4 days, I've been getting a lot of complaints on the quality of sound on our channel. Please don't tell me that some bandwidth was taken away from the channel. I can tell you this much. The channel sounds like shit, and it's much lower than the other channels on the new portable that we received Friday. Can we look into this and find out what we could do about it? That's all.
Yeah.
So then there was a lot of emails.
Oh yeah, I saw the responses.
I
sat on the sideline watching this one.
So Don Wicklund writes back, besides the volume lower, what else are you hearing complaints about specifically so I could go back to operations and find out more? I could look into this on Monday morning, but I need more details on audio quality problems that people are hearing. That was not a good answer to me. So
Not good enough?
No, so I just wrote back, ugh.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that? Please tell me how you spell that.
Jimmy needs to send that message
Please
too.
I just wrote, ugh.
Ugh. See, I don't know how constructive ugh is going to be.
Was there an exclamation point after it?
No, look,
Should have been.
Look, I personally,
But a question mark. Ugh.
I personally,
Point, dot. Ugh. To be continued?
I personally, if I got that email, would have listened to the channel myself and figured out on my own.
Figured out your own.
Like, oh wow, there's something here. Yeah, I hear that that's not right, and this is a little weird.
So ugh was supposed to.
Yes.
The disgust of not just turning the radio on and listening to.
Yeah, it's like don't bother me. I already told you there's a problem. Now it's up to you to figure out how to fix it. Well, then Elo got involved.
Yeah, then when I saw Elo's name on there, I'm like, uh-oh, this one's taking off. This is going to be a long one.
Elo writes, nothing has happened to the bandwidth. I am the only one who has the ability to change these with Tony.
Elo came in like the king going, only I can do this, and I am assuring you no bandwidth has been fucked with.
You are the exact bandwidth you have been since launch. Call my cell.
Yeah, when I saw Call My Cell, I'm like, see, now he's got to talk.
I did not call his cell.
Ooh.
So he writes back. Can also tell you that your channel has... Oh, no, I better not read that one.
I read that. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's an email proving that he really takes care of us.
Yeah, we're taking
at
care
XM. Let's see. They could be hearing some issues with the mix of voice and audio. Can't hear you guys, etc. Not a bandwidth issue. They basically what it comes down to is they threw in some new equipment and they got to make some fine adjustments.
Low bandwidth would digitize the sound. You'd start hearing it almost like that Cher song.
Right.
You know,
Tramps and Thieves?
Put on any of the XM traffic channels right now. There's a bandwidth issue.
By the way, I did write back to Don, and I wrote, just listen close to the channel this week and see what you hear.
There is traffic on the FDR Drive.
That's with the low bandwidth. It's the absolute minimum amount of information put through a pipeline to make it
audible,
or intelligible,
right?
Without it just being blip blop 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 blop.
And let's see, another email from Eric. I'm trying to see which this one is. The big holding point is they want you to do the show from Howard's old. Wow.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, so do I. And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program.
Hello.
Got another email here.
A new one?
From Elo.
Is this brand new?
Brand new.
On a fresh Elo email.
I got CC'd. Thank you for the email, Brian. One of our listeners got a hold of Elo.
Uh-huh.
They write them all the time, by the way.
Yeah, they love the Elo.
Thank you for the email, Brian. They do a combination of longer and shorter breaks depending on what happens during the show. I understand your point. It's something that I will monitor. Haircut is doing okay.
They always got to pound them on the hair.
So that was the response to this email. Hey, Eric, I wanted to comment on the commercial breaks that have been taking place on XM202 lately. We should address this, by the way. This morning, I decided to time the break because I have been noticing their increasing length of time. O&A punched to their commercial break at 7:51. This is where they went from live broadcast to their commercial outro bit, which is pretty much like listening to a commercial. And they didn't come back live until 8 o'clock. That is just shy of 10 minutes commercial block. That is just shy of a 10-minute commercial block.
Uh-huh.
And then it goes on, blah, 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 blah. But we talk for an hour. Here's the deal.
But what?
Because the people are like, are they, starting to play longer commercial breaks? Well, we'll throw in some virus promos and stuff like that. So we still have, material we're throwing at everybody. We're supposed to break twice an hour.
Yep.
But we don't like breaking twice an hour because we get into a rhythm or a flow, and we're like, you know what? We'll just continue until we realize this has run its course, and then we'll finally break.
That guy is a spoiled asshole who now is taking for granted that sometimes we will sit here and do an hour 15, an hour and a half without taking one single break. And then he hears
our record, by the
break
way, is just under 2 hours without
just under 2 hours with no break. And then he hears, maybe he tuned in late one day, and he tunes in at, say, 8 o'clock.
Whoa, bigwigs stopping by to say hi. I wonder why he would be wandering around the joint, huh?
Hello?
Could that mean something?
I don't know.
Who is he?
Well, look for yourself, Jimmy.
It's Martin Mull.
So he tunes in late, and he doesn't know we've been on the air for an hour straight. And then bitches about the commercials? Shut up. You're a spoiled brat. We've spoiled you by giving you an hour and a half at times. Usually an hour straight of commercial-free talk radio. No one else is doing that. Shut up. Stop it.
See, we don't want to stop the flow just because we have to get in some dumb promo for, some dumb channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we go as long as we can, and then we take our break. And then at that point, we have to regroup anyway, and we have to make up for the fact that we just talked for an hour. So what they do is they lump two breaks together.
Right.
And we try to make it as interesting as possible, so we'll break up the two breaks with maybe one of the virus promos that Steve made.
So instead of waiting for us to go to break and timing it, you little rat hump, with your stopwatch, would you have your watch? Was it all ready? Were you waiting for the break? What's his name? What's that dickbag's name?
Brian, I think.
Brian. Were you sitting there waiting? All right, and now, and I consider the bit that they play part of the commercial break. No, you don't, because it isn't. It's after that. If that ran 3 minutes, then we're looking at what? 5-minute break? 5 minutes out of an hour? Live with it.
Well, he goes on. Now, XM
Oh, he does he?
Has half an argument that broadcast radio does. 20 minutes of commercials per hour, but at least they break it up over the course of 4 breaks per hour. Personally, I hate commercials and, of course, would like 0 minutes compared to 10 minutes.
Ain't gonna happen. I gotta piss, Brian.
Brian, we can't talk for 4 straight hours. We
No
have to
one
do
can.
something, you asshole.
Jesus Christ, I hate this guy. Show yourself. Show yourself. He's hiding behind a BlackBerry. Show how difficult that is. Put that up to your face. I see you.
Where'd Oak go?
This guy is hiding. At least I hide behind my keyboard. Look. Where
Hello?
am I?
I'm alone.
Jimmy?
I'm
Hello?
alone. Oh, there you go.
No, is it
Where'd he
now?
go?
I'm gone
I'm
again.
alone.
It's easy to hide behind a keyboard.
The funny thing is you still allow these asses to get to you.
Oh, I hate this Brian
How
guy.
do you get your BlackBerry?
That's another thing I gave up on.
He got Elo's
Who was
email.
Who was the guy in this room that would answer email on a regular basis?
You, Opie.
I would.
Constantly.
At
You
the
were
old-
the guy.
At the old joint, I would spend hours a day. Hours.
Yep.
We were getting thousands of emails a day, and I would try to write back everyone. And it became an OCD thing. I'm like, I just can't
Yep.
delete. I write something for everybody. And then, they realize it's a way to try to get to me and say how I don't do this for the show and that for the show and blah, blah, all that crap that goes around and round and round with the fans.
And then you said,
I said, you know
fuck
what?
them all.
I don't need this.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This is what I do now. I allowed the mailbox to fill up.
Yep.
And it's been filled for 8 months.
Guess who gets the
8
fucking
months.
requests? Dude, O&A's mailboxes are full.
That's right.
Can you
Mine's
forward this to
filled
them?
up to the tippity top. Filled to the brim with trashy emails.
Like, I'm going to forward it to you two and go, guys, open. This guy really wants you to read it.
No, the emails were starting to influence what I do on the show. And I'm like, you know what? I know what I do for the show. I don't need anyone to try to influence me. I will do what I do. I've been doing it a long time. And if people don't like it, they go to another show. That's fine.
Sort through 10,000 Viagra
unfortunately-
mortgage ads.
And you know what? I used to love writing back to the listeners. I used to love that. It was nice, and I would get some nice feedback, like normal feedback on the show. But I can't be bothered anymore. Thank you. Thanks for ruining that for me.
I do it through MySpace.com.
I love MySpace.
/Anthony
Norton.
Cumia.
All right, here we go. So
Anthony Cumia.
Jim Norton. Good luck spelling Cumia. K-U-M-I-A.
C-U-M-I-A.
Personally, I hate commercials, and of course, would like 0 minutes compared to 10 minutes. But if we have to have 10 minutes, can we not split it up? Can we not split it up? Meaning, could we?
Yeah.
A 10-minute block of commercials is unlistenable, and I should just go back to terrestrial radio and save the money.
Go!
Oh, because it's just like that, Brian.
Take your XM, flush it down the fucking toilet, get a terrestrial radio, and go fuck your mother.
Ooh.
That's what I say.
Well, he makes a suggestion.
Well,
So anyways, my suggestion is to break that 10-minute block up into more than one segment. If O&A want longer breaks, just play a song or something other than a commercial or a repeat bit of their show.
You want to hear a George Carlin bit? Hey, let's throw those in. Maybe we can play something about the House of Blues. Why don't we play a George Carlin House of Blues bit? Hey, idiot, we did that when we first got here. When we first got here, we did that.
Signed, Brian. P.S. How's the haircut?
Brian, you're an ass. I ban you. Where is he? Where is he? Is he on Pal? Can I ban him? Where does he live?
He's hiding. He's hiding.
I want him taken care of.
He's hiding. They all hide. They all hide.
Jesus.
Stop hiding.
That annoys the piss out of me. You're talking out your ass. You're typing out your ass.
I love the people that make a
Something's out
point
his
and
ass.
then exaggerate the point. Like, I might as well go back to commercial.
I might
radio.
as well just go back. All right, if you might as well, then do it. Go. I beg you to go. How fast would he be right back again?
I don't know.
Stop it with your shallow, phony threats that you're never going to follow through with. Do it. Please, please. I will pay you. Brian. All right. Here it is.
Holy
20,
shit.
40, 60, 80.
Jesus, you're loaded.
How much could he possibly have spent for the radio?
$1,600.
How much did you pay for the radio, Brian?
Well,
Brian, I got
Anthony. Give me the money. I got his email address. I'll figure it out for you because I
Here's-
know you can't be bothered. Give it all to me.
Here it is, Pal Talk. $200. I want to buy back your radio, Brian. I want to buy your radio and smash it And have you signed something that says you can never again listen to XM satellite radio, and you must listen to terrestrial radio because you're a lying, phony sack of shit.
And guess what? He leaves our show to go back to commercial radio, and all of a sudden, peekaboo, here we are.
That's
That
right.
kind of fucks the whole thing
And
up.
don't you be,
Son of a bitch.
don't be some fucking grandstanding asshole and say you're going to do something and not do it. Like pull out money you know you're never going to hand over to somebody.
I will hand that. If he shows his face, it's his. Bring me your radio. I will hand him the money and smash the radio, and he can never again listen.
I really want to go into the office
because
and
he
put on
might
a Brian
as well
mask and hand it to you and get the money all for
Just
myself.
where can you find a mask of a human asshole?
Imagine-
Because that's what you'd have to wear.
I'm sure it has like a little goatee with a Foundry Music T-shirt under it.
That wasn't nice.
I really hope he's not listening.
He's gonna kill you one day.
Yeah, he is.
Just a bear attack.
So that's Brian.
Oh, Brian is a tool.
Good old
Tool.
Brian.
You know what? Brian isn't on Pal Talk, but this guy is, and I need to ban somebody.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
He's-
no.
Oh, no. This is the day that he rips your head off.
No, just don't do it till after
Oh,
you talk to
wow.
Naomi.
Bear attack.
Bear attack.
Oh,
Bear
my
attack.
God.
What do you do? I was watching Discovery. What do you do? What do you do?
Get
Get
Mace.
away. Get away. Get. Ah! Scream. Scream. Ah!
Run.
Come on.
I just want to.
Flail your arms. Flail your arms. Make yourself look bigger. Make yourself look bigger.
No, Jimmy, curl up, hide, put your hands over your neck.
Jesus H. Christ, the bear's got a heart on.
Get back! Ah!
Wow, that was scary. Jesus. He almost got you.
I don't like those creepy shaved arms. I want them hairy again, like a true bear. He's a heterosexual bear, and it bothers me. Traipsing around in the woods.
Know what we should do one day to prove a point to Brian? Because we all have OCD in this room.
Kiss
We
each
should-
other?
We should just go 4 hours without breaking to show how awful it would be after a while.
I didn't know what to do. I couldn't piss. I missed some of the show.
Ass. Brian.
By the way, I just got another email saying that I will not be emailing you anymore. See what I did today? Made my job easier. Now I'm not going to be bothered anymore.
Who is that from?
Oh, just somebody.
Is it a DW?
I said somebody.
DW.
Yeah, and people do forget how good they have it at XM. Yes, John in Arizona.
What's going on,
John, you're on the show. Go.
John.
Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know how good we have it on XM as opposed to terrestrial, man. Everybody takes it for granted, but so what, man? 10-minute commercial, let it be.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir.
That was very monk-like advice.
Let's go to Mike in Philly. Mike, what's up?
What's up, Opie?
Hey.
I want to know if you guys are going to talk about the little article that's in the Daily News today.
Yeah, Daily News is...
Dude, this is amazing. That this whole thing about the new Juliet Louise Dreyfus show that everyone is talking about. And here's the weird part about it, dude. I'm glad. Thanks for the phone call. Is the Daily News gave it 1.5 stars, and there's a picture of her and Wanda Sykes, who I like. That's an awful picture of Wanda. And then yet Linda Stassi gave it 3 stars. So I would like Fan to maybe get some audio of this because there's a big difference between 1.5 and 3.
I would use the word disparity.
That is exactly the word I was going for, and I couldn't find it. I almost said disparaging, but that would have been incorrect.
I've been
and biased.
working on my vocabulary lately.
It shows that was actually the
Thank
right
you.
word.
I read when I'm on the shitter.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Hope you don't take nice quick dumps.
The shitter.
I take fast ones lately. I don't get much reading in.
Just don't ask me any words that are F and on, because I'm only up to the D's.
Ah.
Jesus. The way I've been going lately, I got to aardvark, stand up and wipe. Aardvark finished.
Wow. Nice healthy one.
Boy, if you get up to like Butricence, it's not even a word, but I was trying to think of something with a B.
That's a
in the
good
U.
one.
Yeah.
It's a good made-up word.
Yeah, because it sounds really smart, but
Yeah.
it's not.
I wasn't going to question it.
And, boy, that Ryan Seacrest, what a smile.
Mike, what's up?
Well, I just remember one time you were talking about potentially going someplace when Fareed was.
Yes,
bring you
dude,
up.
it's funny you should say that. I'm going to Atlanta this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that is exactly what you're talking about.
Looking forward to it.
Well, it all started with good old Alan Sniffen. Anthony?
Yes.
Explain Alan Sniffen to the rest of the country.
Alan Sniffen runs a New York radio message board. It's called the New York Radio Message Board here in New York. And he is a radio insider. He's on the air. No. What does he do? He's a PD. No. A general manager of a station. No. That's right. He's a dentist. Yes, folks. The man that runs the New York Radio Message Board is indeed a dentist.
One of the most powerful men in New York radio.
You laugh.
Does root canals.
The guy wields power with this radio message board.
Everybody reads the New York Radio Message Board.
Everyone in the industry reads the New York Radio Message Board, from jocks to, I believe, the owners of large radio corporations read the New York Radio Message Board. He gets a lot of posts from radio professionals, a lot of opinions from people that are in the know and know nothing. There's a mixture of people, professional radio people, or just listeners that think they know everything. And he wields a lot of power. The guy's got some juice, that board. Something's mentioned on that board, it makes the papers. The papers.
The papers.
Yeah. Get the fluoride.
So it started with this on the New York Radio Message Board. O&A, David Lee Roth rumor from Alan Sniffen, March 9th, 2006. First, I want to make this clear. This is a rumor. Do not take this as fact. I did not make it up and have what I think is a good source. I'm hearing that there is a possibility that Opie and Anthony may take over David Lee Roth's spot in multiple markets. Should this happen, they would continue with the XM show as well. I do not have specifics as to the multiple markets. I know this will get picked up by fan sites all over the internet, so please remember, I am posting this as something I've heard, not as something I'm stating is positively going to happen. Should this happen, it would be the best thing for Free FM. They need a big-name show that will work in the target demo. O&A will. They have the track record to prove it. Here's what I had to say about O&A and Free FM back on February 27th, blah, blah, blah.
And then because he loves being right, or,
Well, it started there.
Little rumors.
And it's taken off since, and now it's in the Daily News today.
Yeah.
Talk of the Town. We made the Talk of the Town section of the New York Daily News, Anthony.
Is this really a town?
The local radio biz.
Yeah.
This is David Hinckley,
by
the
biz,
way.
he means business, I think, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Sure doesn't mean the rapper, Biz Markie?
Could be. See, why make it confusing for everybody?
Let's see. I'm just trying to see what other important things he's writing about today, because it's always a treat.
Nice story about Rob Bartlett, though.
Yeah, it is a good story about Rob Bartlett.
Him and Dana Reeves, I think he guess you knew her. Yeah, he's great.
Okay, whatever. All right, Talk of the Town. The local radio business crackling. Ooh, I think I could do the crackling.
Give me some crackling. It's crackling. It's on fire now. Oh, my God. Put it out. Oh, no.
Crackling. With rumors that Opie and Anthony...
Is it crack-a-lackin', maybe?
By the way, Hinckley is a dummy. You're a dummy.
I read this a couple times this morning, and I'm reading it for the third time, and I know now why you're going to call him a dummy.
I have not read this until just now. Hinckley, you're a dope. I have more respect for John Hinckley's radio opinions.
David Hinckley is
dope.
He does the radio column for New York Radio. Yeah. He's the in-the-know guy, and this is what he writes about us. The local radio biz is crackling with rumors that Opie and Anthony form a morning team on WNEW.
Wow. I like to be doing here the sports guys on XM.
All right, come on. The guy didn't know. How does he not know we were doing afternoons there for that many years? Oh, my God.
He's an out-of-touch boob.
Form a morning team on NEW. I want one of those retractions tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Rumors that Opie and Anthony, former morning team on WNEW and currently on XM Satellite Radio, will sign a syndication deal with CBS Radio that could include replacing David Lee Roth, current morning man on WFNY. Yeah. So far, nothing official has been said, and a CBS spokeswoman said yesterday that the company would maintain its policy of not commenting on rumors. CBS did send out a press advisory listing Roth's guests for the coming week.
Oh.
Opie and Anthony.
So he's got a week? Is that what they're saying? What does that mean? Like, hey, we got him for a week.
Can't fire him now. He's got someone from Desperate Housewives coming in.
Why are you acting?
Huh?
Why are you acting?
It was good.
I don't know.
That was good acting by Anthony.
Anthony's an excellent actor.
Opie and Anthony also declined comment on their XM show Friday, but in an interview last month, Opie said they were talking with unnamed companies about returning to terrestrial radio when the deal is right for everyone. This would likely mean continuation of their XM show where they like the lack of content controls. But 90% or more of our show, Anthony said, would be suitable for broadcast radio.
So I didn't say, I mean, in this country, by the way. I meant in, like, Taiwan.
All right. So a syndication deal would likely use an edited version.
Do you think, David? Do you think?
Do you?
And guess what, guys? CBS took O&A off WNEW after the infamous August 2002 Sex and St. Pat's.
They did? Wow. Can you give me some details?
But by then they were a hit, and CBS's respect for their radio appeal is reflected in the fact the company paid them to sit out for 2 years rather than risk their being picked up by a competitor. I think that's the first time that was officially printed.
Rather. Yeah.
They did not want us to compete against Howard Stern. That is a fact.
Yeah.
But according to Anthony, 99.9%.
I said 90%.
Or better.
Because if you pull the curses out, the material we talk about, most of it is completely acceptable.
Here's what we should do. I think just to prepare, we never know what's going to happen. I was listening yesterday to Worst Of, and there was a fun bit we did called where you had the movies edits for TBS.
Yes.
I think that maybe some of our bits that have been done on this program, which were dirty, should be TBS cleaned up. I think we should.
Didn't we do that already?
Oh, did you do that already?
Jimmy, where were you?
He was too busy being
I
a
might have
star
been
in
away.
Hollywood.
Star. Were
I
you
might
in
have been
Hollywood?
away.
Were you filming?
No, it was
It was one of Jimmy's bits.
Yeah, Fan, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it was one of your rants on a caller that we cleaned up.
Oh, I don't even remember. Okay.
I thought you were here.
No, maybe I wasn't.
Do we have that?
You was. They're saying you were.
Was I here? I just forgot. All right.
Do we have that bit somewhere?
Yeah, they put in those words.
Oh, excuse me. Let me steal another idea. Why don't we get a bunch of couples and go on a point system? Oh, I didn't remember. Okay, cool.
We should try to find that bit.
Yeah.
So, well, what are we going to say about this today? There's, what can we say today? Well, it's not false.
Well,
but
things.
But there's things that need to be worked out for something like that to happen.
Ironed out.
Wouldn't that be a natural thing? Like things would have to be worked out.
Because there's a lot of nervous Nellies out there.
Yeah.
If we do this.
Yeah.
Someday.
Regardless of where.
We're going to do it our way.
Yeah, regardless of where, with what company, with who, when, what. We would do it, yeah, it would have to be.
We know what we're doing.
Our way.
We absolutely know what we're doing, and we know we can make this work.
Yep.
We know we can make the two entities coexist.
You're darn tootin'.
Dude, but I'm not sure, what the F do you think we're going to do?
Exactly. We'd have to work certain things out.
We got a system that would absolutely work that we don't want to,
Divulge.
No, we don't.
Because it's a good system.
It's a great system.
Yeah.
And it's based on the fact that we could talk for an hour to an hour and a half straight without taking a break. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Thank you.
You'd love it.
Thank you.
Don't you worry. We will never sacrifice this program.
That's right.
Darn
for
Skippy.
anything like our own needs or wants.
It's
or
been
yearnings
it's been a very interesting couple of weeks.
Retribution or vengeance or anything else.
It's been a very interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because the company that absolutely hated us and hoped that we'd end in jail for what we did.
Yeah.
Let's forgive.
There's been some talk of forgive and forget.
Forgive and forget.
That's nice.
And that makes me very warm inside.
And a lot of people that were there back in the dark ages, the dark days are gone. And people that are there are very well liked, very well respected by me and others on this program.
There seems to be a lot of people that get this program over there.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they don't have Howard Stern cock blocking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an interesting time for the Opie and Anthony program.
Yeah. But don't worry about the sanctity of this program that you are hearing, because we will never sacrifice that. Don't you worry.
People on this show will always be garbage.
Let's go to Mike in Philly.
Hey,
Yeah.
when you were going to go to Fareed last time, you said yourself that the show got tamed down for a little while.
Hey, dickhead.
Yeah, watch your mouth,
Why
you
don't you
effing
just...
C.
What are you talking about? When we were broadcasting to one of the Citadel stations?
I think
you said it yourself. Listen to the tape.
Hey. We know. You're absolutely right. It did get toned down. And that stunk.
No,
that was an experiment.
Take
Shut
a
up.
long walk off a short pier.
Wait.
Now, if that doesn't tell you, nothing's changing.
I'll tell. This is what Mike is referring to. A little over a year ago, we got word that Citadel, Fareed's company there, wanted to take Howard off a couple of his stations and throw the Opie and Anthony show on.
Yep.
We knew there were some high-powered people listening to our show, and we knew, and I'm being dead serious, that they weren't smart enough to figure it out. So we figured we'd make it as easy as possible to these people.
Yeah.
So we toned down the show for about a week. No one, by the way, noticed.
Yeah.
No one noticed as far as the listeners of this program go. But we did it because we know these dummies were listening, and we had to make it as easy as possible for them so they could make their decision.
Yep.
Absolutely that happened. We stopped cursing, and we did a few other little adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked perfectly because they said, okay, this could be on regular radio. They signed us to a very short-term deal that was a complete disaster because they didn't know what they were doing, which proved my point that they're a bunch of dummies.
Yeah.
And we went right back to doing the exact show, and then it was up to them to figure out how that worked for regular radio.
Yeah.
Yes, Mike, you're right. You're right.
All right, thanks.
But that was well over a year ago.
Yeah, and the plan wasn't enacted. We have the plan. The system.
Have the
we have
plan.
the system.
Because we learned from that, by the way. We now have the plan. It's a great plan, by the way.
And if you don't like listening to this show, why don't you just go buy a Sirius and throw your XM down the toilet and hug your mother?
Right.
How about this?
Oh, what?
What, Opie? How about what?
We would just do an extra hour a day. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
I bet you idiots didn't think of that, did ya?
Didn't think of that one?
Did ya?
No.
Did ya? Well,
your buddies don't mind doing more radio.
we love more radio.
Because
We're
the
not
money
looking.
goes through the roof.
Right. We're not looking to do less radio. Who's out there looking to do less radio? Maybe 4 days a week.
The
We
Jews.
got the plan. We have the greatest plan. We have
Right.
the plan.
Yes.
Right now, there's a lot of repeats on this channel.
Uh-huh.
What if there weren't as many repeats?
Wait.
What if O&A were doing a little more radio?
Wait, but
What if other people associated with the show started to do a few other things for us? Enough said.
I gotta go home.
I don't want to do 8 hours a day.
We love doing more radio.
I get tired.
Unlike you-know-who.
How about 4-day work weeks?
Nah. The audience gets mad at me if I take a week off. I can't take Fridays off.
I think the audience would rather have you in 4 days than no days.
Yeah, if you're not there at all.
Yeah.
Well, it's better not to be there. I believe radio is a habitual kind of medium. That people wake up in the morning, they go to work, and they want to hear their favorite disc jockey.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you're not there on Fridays, you are doing a disservice to the audience. And you're not doing your job. You're not doing it right. That's like someone going to work and doing a half-ass job. That's like you hire a guy to do a job, and he kind of just sleeps on the job, and he just sort of gets by.
It's like
No.
being the president.
Right.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all or nothing then?
All or nothing for me.
How about...
If you're going to do this job, you show up every day and you give it your best. You know? I'm not going to come and do this show and jip my audience.
Aw.
Not going to do it.
Well, he has begun to take Fridays off.
To jip his audience, as he said.
That's why we love that clip.
Jip.
And the guy in the suit outside the studio loved that clip, by the way. He's laughing really hard.
That's a good one.
Let's go to Ninja in Carolina. Ninja.
Yeah.
Make it really fast, because there's a lot of questions. We're going to do a quick round here, and then we got to take a break.
Biggest question is, I just bought XM Radio just because of you guys, and I'm moving up to New York in about 5 more months. I moved down to this fucking godforsaken state about 6 months ago, and I stopped listening to you guys because these guys left the radio because of that bullshit.
We're not leaving XM. Next caller. Paul. That's what he was getting at, right? Paul.
Yeah.
Paul. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I left the XM just for you guys.
We're not leaving XM. I
No,
promise.
I understand that, but terrestrial radio sucks. It sucks.
If we get to do it our way, you will not even notice the difference. Trust me.
I understand, but it's like a waste of like $300 between a year's worth of programming
Paul.
and a $200 freaking airwave radio.
Paul, let me tell you the God's honest truth. If we were, we could have caved on some big issues to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, don't you worry about it.
We've decided not to cave on some very important issues. Hence,
No, that's fucking awesome. I mean, go
Language,
crazy.
don't
I mean,
curse.
Sorry.
all right?
Oh, the speculation.
Look, if you guys are on XM or FM, either way, I'm listening.
All right, no, we know what we're doing, and it's got to be our way or forget it. And we could have caved into some major issues. We've decided that would be really dumb.
And you'd miss me.
Let's go to Big Jake.
Hey, Opie. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Sweet Tits.
Wow, you know what? I don't think we can answer any of these calls now that I think about it.
Sweet,
What am I doing?
I'm Sweet
Hey, I
Boobs.
was just wondering, if y'all go to terrestrial radio, are y'all going to
Yes.
promote y'all's XM?
Yes.
Opie and
Well, we're
Anthony?
just going to say,
All right, this is what I'm going to do. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Dominic, you're correct.
All right.
Dominic,
Yes.
you're correct. You're correct. All right. Ben's raw ass.
Hey, boys.
Yeah, I would think they should do that as well. You're right. All right, let's
Right.
go to Token Jew, excuse me. We do, but we think we can make it better for the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
Thank you for the call. Lance and Philly, we appreciate you got XM for us. All right.
Don't worry about it.
You know what? We can't answer these calls right now. So that's what we have to say today.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what we say now.
Yes, Jimmy?
Nothing. I'm just thinking of Steve from Yellowstone being polite. Ramon, tell this woman to go take a C in her A. Oh, gee.
You are getting everyone so nervous and worried.
I know. From his kidney or
Not
something?
the tumor. Is it? Yeah?
There's a tumor in his kidney, I believe.
Ouch.
He's going to be all right.
Yeah. How many shows are doing that old gag? That old, I can't shit. Oh, what? You can't sit? That's what I said. Shit. I couldn't shit. So I got a kidney operation. Oh, I get it. You just said shit. No, I didn't. If I meant shit, I would have said shit. I said shit. Ah, because you're Sean Connery and you say sit like shit. I get it. How many shows are doing that old gag? I had kidney problems. I couldn't shit. Oh, you couldn't take a dump? No. Shit. Sit? That's what I said. Shit.
That was funny for 5 seconds. I hate those bits that are really funny for like 5 seconds.
3 minutes.
5 minutes later, SNL's still doing the skit. Oh,
shit down.
How about you edit yourselves and maybe the show could be funny again?
They have to edit themselves down to 1978.
Hey, the other thing we forgot to talk about. Look, if you're going to have sex with your broad in a garage,
yeah,
turn off the fucking car, please.
Off the car, even if it's cold, you'll warm up. You're in the car. They're both a little naked.
Because your parents got to find your nude bodies.
Nude. The girl was nude. The guy was a semi-nude.
This is a really sad story, actually. This couple, got to find a place to do some of that old fucking.
Some of that banging.
And they decided that a garage is a good place. And
garage, but it was probably a little chilly.
And they probably... was it a little cold, you think?
I don't know. Was it?
I'm trying to remember what day this was
Why else
on.
would you do this?
Died of carbon monoxide poisoning yesterday. Lovebirds die in fume horror.
I don't get this.
2 lovers were found dead and naked in each other's arms yesterday morning after a romantic rendezvous inside an idling car in a Queens garage. Turned tragic.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're dead. I'm sorry to the family that they're dead.
But that's not romantic,
But Jesus
right?
Christ. Was it a suicide? Because that's the only romance you could pull out of this.
No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. They accidentally killed themselves. Don't you know a running car in a garage is dangerous? Is there anybody on the planet that doesn't know that is extremely dangerous and will kill you? Yeah, 2. Well, not on this planet anymore. They're gone. Goodbye.
Get a hotel room.
Well, even perhaps
They're young. They're 21.
Never had sex in a car.
28,
Jimmy.
I guess.
When have I not? Ever had sex in a car? Yeah, really. Have I ever eaten food or swallowed water? Jesus.
But I mean, it's every year you read about when we have these cold winters. Sometimes you read about people that bring hibachis into their kids' room, like a barbecue, and put it in there and throws off a lot of heat, and they wake up and the kids are dead. And they go, oh, why? Because it's a barbecue, and it's pulling oxygen out of the room and making carbon monoxide.
You know what? It wasn't carbon monoxide poisoning. They had the radio on, and they were listening to David Lee Roth.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They're doing an autopsy, and how could you check for boredom? Is there some kind of died from boredom thing that they could?
They were both nude in the passenger seat, so you know what was going on there.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't I come over there for a little while?
Yeah, that's the guy sitting on the seat, and the girl straddling.
Let me
right?
do the old.
Yeah.
Get myself over the stick shift and
gets on her knees. Her knees are on the facing you on the seat. You're sitting on the seat, and she's kind of like squatting on you. And you're facing each other, and then you pass out from carbon monoxide poisoning and don't wake up.
But how do you not... I guess they banged. His pants were down. She was nude. They probably had sex. She probably rolled off him and sat there in that after-sex relaxed thing. And maybe the monoxide fumes made them tired.
Here's what it does to you.
You get tired.
It gets you to the point where you don't even know that you're fucked up.
How long did he fuck her for? It says between 6 and 8 hours. Who is this guy? Who is he, fucking Yohimbi Bark man? Jesus Christ.
You could sit in carbon monoxide and breathe in and not at any time think that you're, oh my God, I got carbon monoxide, I'm breathing it in, I'm going to die. You will just slowly fall asleep. It'll be a wonderful thing.
Couldn't they just turn the car off?
Yeah. Turn the goddamn car off.
Yeah, it was their first date, by the way.
First date?
Jesus, what a whore she was. Fucking pants off in the car, first date.
Wow, that's a good girl. That's a shame.
It's really sad, but it's kind of stupid. It's like, come on, man.
It is stupid. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
By the way, the bit that you suggested, Jimmy, that we already did.
Okay.
We got it.
Cool.
A little piece. You want to explain the bit that you thought was great today that we've already done? Jesus.
I don't know. You get someone on the phone and they call their mother.
No.
And, what? That was the bit I suggested.
No.
Making the show friendly for TBS.
Yeah. It was a funny, great bit idea, that original idea you came up with.
Yeah, I thought last night as I was in my head.
Like, here's Anthony. This is Anthony, the original dialogue from the show.
Anthony, you pronounce finger weird. You give it that soft...
You're the
like
fucking finger guy. I hate you, you dickbag shit fuck.
Why?
This asshole criticizes me online about how I say finger.
I'm not the guy. I don't even have...
You're a fucking finger guy. Dude, what's wrong with the way I say finger?
So that was the original,
Finger.
right? And then you clean it up for TBS and it sounds like this.
Anthony, you pronounce finger weird. You give it that soft...
You're the
like
flippin' finger guy. I hate you, you dime store shyster.
Why?
This egg roll criticizes me online about how I say finger.
I'm not the guy. I don't even have...
You're a fractured finger guy. Dude, what's wrong with the way I say finger?
That's kind of funny.
How did they do that so fast after my suggestion? Good work,
I know.
guys.
They
Good
are
work.
Johnny on the spot.
If you paid attention a little bit, you would know the answer to your question.
Opie, I pay attention. I just get scared.
All right, here's Jimmy yelling at that caller. I think this is the famous Dragon Wagon, right?
Aren't you supposed to be funny?
No, but Kenny, what I'm saying is this: you sound like a rube who enjoys like that mom and pop type of phony horseshit dog shit radio they have in California.
All right, so that's the original, and this is cleaned up.
Aren't you supposed to be funny?
No, but Kenny, what I'm saying is this: you sound like a rube who enjoys like that mom and pop type of phony hogwash dog spit radio they have in California.
Oh my God.
Hogwash dog spit.
But that's how it comes at you when you're watching those movies on TBS, right?
Excuse me there, asshole.
Whoa, they don't say that in skits.
Wow.
What is this?
Let me tell you.
Wow.
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to...
Well, hold on. What's that?
Yes?
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to, it's your fucking employer.
Ooh, dirty language for such a skit-loving little boy.
All right, that wasn't that bad, right?
No.
This is the same thing cleaned up.
Excuse me there, know-it-all.
Whoa, they don't say that in
hey,
skits.
wow.
What is this?
Wow.
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to...
Well, hold on. What's that?
Yes?
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to, it's your foolish employer.
Ooh, dirty language for such a skit-loving little boy. What I'm saying is, person who I hope dies of cancer the day before a relative gets married, what type of a sket would you like to hear? And you're not being specific. You're being passive-aggressive like every other faggot from that state that you live in. Be specific.
Out of your mouth.
Oh, he got you there.
Oh, I got a cock in my mouth. Well, it's your father. Since your mother won't suck it, I decided to lean over and toot on it a little bit. Oh, way to show him, Jim. Yeah, I blew your father.
This is that same thing cleaned up.
What I'm saying is, person who I hope dies of cancer the day before a relative gets married, what type of a sket would you like to hear? And you're not being specific. You're being passive-aggressive like every other fruitcake from that state that you live in. Be specific.
Cotton out of your mouth.
Oh, he got you there.
Oh, I got
Cotton in my mouth.
Well, it's your father, since your mother won't.
So I decided to lean over and try it out a little bit.
A little confusing. And then the grand finale, we skipped ahead here because we're running out of show.
Name me one show you listen to. Name me one show.
That's what I'm listening to. I've been an XM subscriber for over a year.
I don't give a shit. Cancel the service, faggot. Tell me something you listen to. You're not going to blackmail me. I'm an XM subscriber. I don't get a piece of the action, motherfucker. What do I care? Oh, shit. Don't lose a customer. I don't care if you throw your XM down the toilet, buy a Sirius, and then fuck your mother.
One of my favorite lines ever to be uttered.
I wish I hadn't said that.
Well, this is the same thing cleaned up.
Name me one show you listen to. Name me one show.
That's what I'm listening to. I've been an XM subscriber for over a year.
I don't care. Cancel the service, fella. Tell me something you listen to. You're not going to blackmail me. I'm an XM subscriber. I don't get a piece of the action.
Monkey feather.
What do I care?
Ah, sugar.
Don't lose a customer. I don't care if you throw your XM down the toilet, buy a Sirius, and
Then hug your mother.
Oh, wow. Okay. I heard that and stole it.
So there's your bit that you came up with today.
All right.
You were the star of it when we did it a while back.
I just didn't remember. It got in my head, and I forget about it. I get confused.
We're not going to play What Did You Learn on the Program today because I don't know if we taught you anything today.
We learned a few things about each other.
Yeah.
That's good. Sometimes that's learning, too.
You learned that I will, by this evening, have thrown myself out a window.
Oh, no, Jimmy, don't.
Please do.
We'll see all of you tomorrow.
That's it. I'm out of here.